Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this very special episode of the Calyx. Why is it special, you ask? Because our guests are incredible, and because my hair is pink. Welcome, everybody. So glad that you're here. Before we start, I gotta thank our sponsor. Thank you so much to Chaosium. They are the publishers of Call of Cthulhu, the role-playing game which we will be playing this evening. And if you go to chaosium.com and use our discount code, the Calyx, which is the name of this show, you will get 10% off the first time you use that code. The second time, it's not gonna let you use that code, but don't worry. We're working on getting another code. We love codes here at Good Time Society. Well, I guess technically we're on my Twitch channel, but if you're watching in the future from YouTube, you're on Good Time Society. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. And just want to shout out more things about Chaosium. You should always buy directly from chaosium.com because if you do that and you get a hard copy of a super awesome book like the Malleus Monstrarum, which is the bestiary that just came out, super recent, 2 volumes. It's gorgeous. It's up on that shelf. I don't. It's too far. I can't show you. Go watch old episodes of the Calyx where I show you. There's also a keeper deck of the bestiary, which is awesome. I got that too, and all I can show you is tonight's monster. Just kidding. Not going to show you tonight's monster, but I did pull it out of the deck because that's just fun. And they have so many awesome products. Oh, I was going to tell you the reason to get them from chaosium.com is when you get the hard copy, you also get a free PDF. I end up using both all of the time because I like to go curl up in a corner far away from screens to read scenarios, and then I like to get onto screens and have the PDF available to share with my players. So check it out. All right, without further ado, let's get some guests in here, folks. Oh my God, first time on the Calyx. Actually, all 3 of these players are first time on the Calyx, not new to role-playing for all of them. You may know her from her status as a cast member on the Dungeon Run, a dear friend of mine, talented in so many gosh darn ways. It's the 1930s, so or nearly 1930s, so I won't curse tonight until the monsters come. It's Katie Michaels, everyone.
No, thank you. I love that you said status of the cast of. It's my favorite introduction ever.
I don't know what I say, Katie. I just
loved it.
open my mouth and words fly out.
Explained that way.
You may know her from her time as a person who was involved on the place.
I was like, I'm in it. I don't know what she's gonna say, and I'm so excited to find out.
Just a bunch of words. It's okay. My hair's pink. Don't worry about it. I really like this wig. I'm assuming it's a wig.
No, I'm very method. I dyed my hair and cut it for the show.
Stop it. Same. Oh my gosh. The lovely Morgan Peter Brown already is loving it.
Yay!
We won't be shouting out all night, but I can't ignore a Morgan Peter Brown comment. Katie, how you been?
I've been so good. You know.
Yeah. I saw you today already.
I know.
IRL, masks on, and it was lovely.
It's so great that we get to work together, and it just makes me happy.
And play together.
I know.
Well, thank you so much for being here. It is such a pleasure and a rare opportunity to get you on a Wednesday night. So I snagged it.
I know. And thanks to all the Dungeon Run folks for coming and saying hi.
Hello, Dungeon Runners. Is there a better name?
Runners, Watchers of the Time Stream.
I like Runners. Yeah, Runners is good. Yeah. Well, speaking of runners, I didn't have a segue there. I have no segue. And who am I introducing next? I'm going to go by punctuality. And this woman is nothing if not punctual. But in fact, she is many, many other things. Full-time streamer, tech guru. You got a question, you text this lady, or you just watch one of her many informational videos on the internet, from one informational video creator to another. Good day to you, Trisha Hirschberger.
Hello.
Oh my God, are we in WandaVision?
Yes, I made myself in retrovision. I thought it would be a little more appropriate with the setting than my crazy RGB PC lights in the background.
I love it.
It's awesome. In awesome short black wig.
I know tonight's gonna be short black wig night. I was like, okay, 1920 settings. What do I got? And then I went in my cosplay box and I was like, Betty Boop wig and done.
How many women in our age category do you think have just a costume box, like a cosplay closet? I mean, vouching for us as well as our other guest. Is this a normal thing for a woman in her 30s to have? I say so.
I have a trunk.
Oh.
I have 4
That's classy.
trunks and they're all categorized by like all the movie cosplays are in this one, all the comic cosplays are in this one, all the video game cosplays are in this one. And then I have the random box of like Ren Fair / fantasy things that also has wigs and makeup in it. That's the box I tapped into for tonight.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
You got it. So it was the random box that we made it into tonight. Well, I almost made an awkward comment about getting into your boxes, so let's just move it right along and introduce our final guest. Last but not least, she is published. She is a published author of D&D scenarios with the candle. No, I'm going to get it wrong. She will tell you. She is an incredible actor. I've seen it firsthand. You could see it in Super Bowl commercials all across televisions, all across this great nation. It's Amy Vorpahl.
Is this where the black wigs are supposed to go? Is this where the short black wigs I'm supposed to go? Did I come to the right place?
Yes, tonight's scenario, the Black Wig Convention. You're here. You're in the right place.
Oh, good. I was so worried I'd go to the wrong place.
My face is gonna hurt. I mean, it already is getting there. And we haven't even begun. Well, Amy, pleasure to have you.
It's so good to be here. It's so luxurious to be a player in an RPG stream.
I know. When do people even ask you to be a player anymore? You're such an incredible GM. I know because I've made you GM for me before.
No, I mean, I love doing that too. It's just, I wouldn't describe it as luxurious.
I don't know what you're talking about. I prepped nothing. You guys know where we're going, right?
I think we're
Prepped
gonna
a little bit.
My hat fell off.
Oh, it's a windy day.
Oh my.
Amy's house.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it is. It's a windy day in Providence. And speaking of preparation, shout out to John Hook and Matt Ryan, who wrote the scenario that we will be playing this evening. And I will just say its name because I don't think it gives anything away. The Shadow over Providence. Of course, before we get into it, I just want to get into these characters. I want to meet these ladies. I want to know them. I want to know everything about them. Getting to know you. The Short Black Bob Society, Ghost Hack. Great title. Great title. And now there's too many people and I couldn't find it to make it go away. Okay, great. So let's kick it off with Hattie Farwell.
Yes, Hattie Farwell. So she's a passionate, curious private investigator. She, all my husband's cheating on me, my wife's cheating on me, a lot of that stuff. She went
doing that stuff or watching that stuff through a window with a long
lot
lens?
of that's why people hire me. That's kind of my calling card, if you will. I uncover the truth. But she went pretty deep undercover, ended up going deep undercover in a cult, got a little too deep undercover in the cult, and became brainwashed and joined the cult. Don't remember much of that, but after a fortunate, I guess you could say, trip and fall where she hit her head pretty hard, a lot of her memories started flooding back in these shatters. And now she is trying to retrace the steps of her past life and her memories and her past clients.
Wow. Cults are dangerous,
Yeah.
I think JC, I'd love to know more about you, and we might need your earbuds.
My what?
Your earbuds. I might be getting a little. I could be clever and put it in the chat,
Yeah.
and I didn't even do that. So not smooth.
I like though you said it in kind of a mysterious way.
I
did.
was getting ready to type it, and then I realized people need me to talk.
Your earbuds.
Your 1920s earbuds.
There you go. Let me know if that's better.
Okay, perfect. Well, JC, why don't you tell us a little about JC Belletti and what she's doing here?
JC likes to consider herself known as the eye into the beyond. JC is an afterlife coach, and that's how she makes her money. It's very similar to what we would now consider a life coach, except for with a focus on the beyond. JC really understands that we don't start experiencing what this journey that we're on is until after we have our mortal death. So JC is here to speak to the dead, speak to any type of alien other that most people don't understand, because that is my gift. And that's who JC is. So I'm excited to be here tonight with these ladies. And I don't want to give away why we're all here yet, but you'll see.
And perhaps Hattie has called upon JC and her services to because the ghosts sometimes can tell us things about ourselves that even we don't know.
Yes, that's true.
100%.
Yeah. And what about Helix Burberry?
I'm Helix Burberry, and I am best described as a fun-loving, fluffy lady who is meek and can go unnoticed when she wants to. But I have a secret. I'm a maid at the Milton Hotel, working my way up the ranks. And while doing so, I'm using the hotel's vacant rooms, bathrooms, and specifically their bathtubs, to make my own line of bathtub gin that I hawk to unsuspecting patrons of the hotel. And I've got this moonlighting side business that I've just got an entrepreneurial spirit, and I take pictures of myself in that bathtub to promote the gin.
What type of photos are we talking about?
We're talking about bathtub photos, you know, where I'm in the gin's in me.
Okay. So this is like a prototype for OnlyFans. You just buy your gin. Instead of a subscription, you just get a bottle of gin. It's just like on the inside of the label.
Yeah, I mean
Helix
Burberry. Mm-hmm.
I'll take a double Helix.
And
I love the name Helix.
Thanks.
I hate it.
Okay.
I just want to provide a counterpoint.
Thanks. I love contrarianism.
All right. Well, shall we get into tonight's scenario?
Please.
No, I'm not ready.
We could talk about your hat. We could talk about football.
Oh no.
Those are the only two options.
Yeah. So, do you want to get into the scenario now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
please. The scenario.
All right. You find yourself at the Providence Milton Hotel, a beautiful establishment full of bronze textures surrounding every window and door, lots of freshly cleaned glass from people like Helix, who keep it up to date at all times. And Helix, do you live in the hotel or do you live offsite?
Oh, yes, I live offsite. I live offsite, but today's my day off, so I get to attend the happenings at the hotel.
Indeed. And the reason you're coming back to your place of work on your day off is because there is an exhibition in the ballroom on the 17th floor of the Providence Milton Hotel. And in this exhibition, you have heard tale of mysterious Egyptian artifacts, beautiful things of a time long past that indulges your inner Cleopatra. You know, it makes you want to live like the royalty in their pyramids did in that time. Hattie, are you a guest at the Milton, or are you just coming to the exhibit?
I'm a guest. I frequent here as I was told by a prior client that I used to come here a lot. So I've been coming here every night to,
Yes, absolutely. Someone whose spouse you caught cheating, I presume.
yes, Leif. Sweet Leif.
Oh, sweet Leif. Did anything happen with Leif?
No, nothing.
Oh,
Totally
sure.
professional. I can't say my mind doesn't go there, but it didn't happen.
Yes, perhaps you've met with J.C. Belletti over dinner in the dining hall on the second floor, and she has described to you her business, perhaps, and the way in which she may hold a séance on your behalf.
I love
If
it.
J.C. is consenting that that might be something she would do.
If that's something that would help Hattie, of course, I would lend my services.
I think anything could help me at this point.
Yes, and you poor dear, I want to know so much more about this cult that you found yourself in and what they worship and what they see and how you were so drawn in.
Yes, yes. I'd be happy to tell you everything I can remember, though I have to say my second bump with my head brought back my old memories and erased some of my memories from that time. So head injuries are complicated if I've learned one thing.
They are complicated, but they are also a blessing. You may be clearer now than you were before.
Huh, what an angel you are. Oh, sorry. Is that offensive? I don't know.
No, angels can completely exist. They could simultaneously exist with any other manner of afterlife being that you'd like to believe in. I mean, we can't even begin to conceptualize what lies beyond, which is why I'm so excited for this exhibit we're about to see.
I am too. I am as well.
As you finish dinner and pay the bill, I don't know who would like to pick up the check.
Oh, I can take it.
Oh, please, Miss Belletti, your work here is renowned, and the head waiter has come over to give you each a ticket to what's happening on the 17th floor, to this exhibit, and invites you to examine. I think you will love it so much. Beautiful ladies like yourselves, you must see the beautiful things. And as you head into the elevator, already in it, having come up from the lobby, dressed in her finest, is Ms. Helix Burberry.
Helix.
Hattie.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good to see you here.
You look incredible, may I just say.
Well, I look different from having my apron on, don't I? Without a rag in my hand.
You do, but your spirit is the same, I will say.
Well, your spirit's a little, yes, your spirit's the same, but it's just so tragic that you don't remember all of the cases that you solved here.
Is it the same as it was before or the same as it is normally now?
Your spirit is hard to pin down. I'm just gonna say it. It's hard to pin down. So it's transforming and developing as we speak.
Well, it's actually a perfect transition for me to introduce you to JC. She's here, and she's actually going to whisper to my spirit, if you will, or try and help.
Oh, that sounds intimate. I don't want to get in the way of that.
Well, pleasure to meet you. If you need help communing with any spirits, I am your girl.
Do you do men?
Do I do men?
Do you whisper
Please
to men?
clarify.
Do you whisper to certain men?
I can whisper to just about anyone. I mean, I specialize in people who've already ascended into the next life, if you will. But I can, I can talk to really anyone that might help you. Please just reach out to me with any of your afterlife needs.
How much do you cost?
That depends on the project.
Well,
but do people reach out to you from the afterlife? How's the communication work in that regard?
Well, sometimes all it takes is a deep breath and a bit of a stretch, and we're speaking freely, and other times it takes candles and lights and music, and
17th floor.
Yes,
The elevator
really.
attendant pops open the doors and pulls back the grated golden curtain, and the doors open to the ballroom. Perhaps, Mitz, you could help me sometime. I got this great aunt. I feel like she's always trying to leave me messages.
She is here with you, my child.
In the elevator?
Right now.
Is she
Okay.
alive?
Okay, tell her where she... Just ask her where she buried the lottery tickets.
Book a session.
Okay. He takes your card.
Mm.
As the three of you step into the ornate ballroom, you see a sign. It reads, Kingdom of Fire, Egypt's 18th dynasty, in a gold-plated text hand-painted onto a banner hanging. There is a ticket-taking booth to your left, and to your right, it's open to the ballroom. You can see little displays on pedestals of relics all around the ballroom. You can see the whole room from where you're standing, and there's plenty of people milling about. The ticket attendant takes each of your tickets and rips it in half and invites you to help yourself to the canopies, the hors d'oeuvres table, and to have a look around.
Thanks, little Mosey.
Oh,
Is there an aspect
it's my
of this
pleasure.
exhibit? Is there an aspect of this exhibit either of you ladies are most looking forward to? I personally would love to see if there's any mummified bodies.
I want to see if my spoon's worth anything.
Oh,
You collect spoons?
Yeah, and this one's from Egypt.
Oh.
did you collect it in Egypt?
Yeah, right. Like I've ever left the city of Providence.
Where did you procure this spoon?
Great.
Little secret about me. I'm just a little maid here, but sometimes I can get into places that other people can't, and sometimes I don't report everything that I find.
Helix.
I steal things that the guests leave behind, but they're just the spoons, really just the spoons.
But that
Anything,
one.
Do the guests ever leave behind their bodily forms? Have you ever found that?
bodily fluids. But no. Only no. I think there's a rumor of a death a couple of years ago, but I don't think that. I never dealt with it. I didn't know the person, so
Yes, I can feel it.
there was a death here. There really was. I'll have to tell little Mosey. He and I had a bet going that there wasn't really a body that died here, or a live body.
Why would they lie about it?
Oh, I
Are you
think.
talking about me?
Hey,
about
little
you?
Mosey. Little Mosey.
It's
Turns
me,
out they're actually
Mosey.
here.
Ticket taker.
I owe you a buck. I owe you
What?
$1.
A lot of money.
That's like a week's worth of ticket taking.
Well, it turns out someone really did die 2 years ago.
I knew
You
it.
called it. Yeah, you knew. I didn't know.
Just at that moment, the elevator doors open again, and a suave-looking man, tall, with a coiffed hair and a thin mustache, steps out. Oh, yes, Dr. Bronson, is she here? I need to know. How do I do? Principessa, buongiorno. Yes. Okay. I'm looking. Oh, ladies, do you know? Perhaps if the Egyptologist has arrived? She is the one who has presented this entire exhibit.
Oh, I think the stream's down.
Yeah.
Oh no! We're having trouble with Twitch.
I think definitely having a hiccup on Twitch. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If
We're still live on YouTube, so hold tight. Hold her tight. Oh, goodness me.
They said Amy mentioned bodily fluids, the magic word.
So good.
Oh.
I see Twitch chat says YouTube seems 100% fine, so we're okay.
Yeah, I'm getting that message as well. Bumsville.
Bumsville.
You can always go down and back up, but then it won't be a pretty YouTube video.
It'll be too
Maybe.
pretty.
But you know what I can do is I can screen cap us and keep on streaming. So we could try that. Let me see. Let's try editing one more time. Don't do that. And Okay, for some reason we're able to stream to Good Time Society, so
Oh, you're back up. You're back up on the Becca Cat Twitch.
oh, interesting. Okay, well then let's take that down. Goodbye. Cool. Thank you for bearing with us through technical difficulties that only lasted exactly 1 minute. Perfect. Where were we? A handsome Italian man has asked you if the Egyptologist has arrived.
Oh. We just arrived on the elevator. So
Do you know much of these elevators? I would call it a lift.
I don't
How rude of
I
you.
know everything. I know a lot about the elevators. I work here.
Oh, madame. He takes your hand and kisses it. Perhaps you would like to know more about the exhibit. I am a curator of a museum in Italy.
Yeah, I'd love a tour, and I'd love to know what the Egyptologist has to say.
Oh, yes.
In fact, it is my goal to come and speak with her. I believe I see her. And he points to the far end of the ballroom. There is an older woman, Caucasian with gray hair. She's in a linen, a pantsuit, which is rather unusual for the time for such a woman, for any woman really, to be wearing pants. And here we go. She's standing beside a jar on a pedestal. The jar is actually painted black. It's an obsidian-looking jar. Does anyone know anything about history? Would like to roll to perhaps see?
Me.
Sure.
Do it.
I would love to. History check.
I barely
Ooh.
know.
Success.
24 on 45. Excellent. Yes, you know of canopic jars. They were bodies, like the dust of bodies. Cremation was not typical, but in the cases where it was, the ashes would be stored in a jar like this. And you can see when you look at it that this specific jar has the head of Anubis, the god of the dead. And you are welcome to relay this to your companions.
Ah, yes. This jar, if you look at the very top of it, this is Anubis, the god of the dead. And contained within this jar is the remnants of a long lost soul.
Oh. Do you know?
This is true.
Does anyone know whose it is?
Signor Vittorio Deodato. I believe he was about to introduce himself when we had a tech conundrum. He introduces himself and kisses each of your hands. And he says, that is correct. You do know, my sweet lady, this is very true. Not only is this a jar for storing the ashes of the deceased, but Dr. Caitlin Bronson from the London Museum, the British Museum in London, she will tell you this was the canopic jar of Ibn Hotep. Yes. Please excuse me, I must speak with her. And he makes a beeline towards the doctor.
I mean, just fascinating that we can see the remnants of someone so old still here with us. I mean, if we stand close to it, I wonder if we can feel their essence. I will try.
I wonder if we stand close to it, we can hear what they're saying to each other.
Oh.
You do that. I'll feel the essence.
Awesome. You're more than welcome to split up. Helix, you're going to head over to Deodato and who he said was Dr. Caitlin Bronson and eavesdrop on their conversation. JC, you're going to feel the essence anywhere in particular or just feel for whatever Ibn Hotep may have left?
I'm going to put my hands just in front and to the side of the Anubis's face and kind of like run my hands down the jar as if I am sexually feeling a lady, but on this jar, but keeping my hands about a centimeter away from the edge of the jar so as to not actually spoil it with the oils of my hands as I'm weirdly breathing.
Okay. You're going to be giving me an occult roll and tell me the results in just a moment. And then Helix, I'm going to need you to give me a stealth roll to get over there unnoticed. Hattie, is there anything you'd like to do?
Well, I'm gonna stay with JC at first, and then she's gonna do this, and I'm going to I have a strong aversion to anything cultish, and I'm uncomfortable and not helpful in this situation. So I'm going to slowly back away and go to try and find Helix.
Sure. Helix is doing a stealthy mission, and then the doctor standing next to the jar are on the far end of the ballroom. May I suggest perhaps you want to take a look around the exhibit?
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay, perfect. Just give me a regular spot hidden roll.
I failed.
Of course you did. You are not subtle at all, Helix.
And I'm waving my spoon. Delgado. You might know something about this, and maybe your lady friend does. My spoon.
I'm so sorry. I was attempting to speak to the good doctor, Dr. Bronson. I was just saying perhaps you bring the exhibit to Italy, but a spoon?
Egyptian spoon, real Egyptian. You can tell because it says on there.
My name is Dr. Caitlin Bronson. It is a pleasure, and you are?
I'm Miss Burberry.
Yes. I have not seen a spoon like this. You say it is of Egyptian origin?
Could be from the Kingdom of Fire. The Egypt's 18th century that this museum is, showing off. What do you think?
Interesting. Very interesting. I would love for you to roll. I want to know if this spoon is actually from an Egyptian pyramid. So let's see if this is an interesting roll. What should we have you roll for? I'm thinking like maybe an extreme history. Or an extreme.
That's fine. History is fine because I have a 5 in history, and so I would have to get below that.
We'll just have it be a regular history roll.
Okay.
If this is a real Egyptian relic.
Okay. So there's no way. I got a 63. So.
Oh yes, a finely crafted piece of archaeological finding. This is real gold, but I must say, no, it is most definitely not of the Egyptian 18th dynasty. Here you are. And she gives the spoon back and turns back to Deodato.
God, crap.
Let's see how JC did. Oh, an extreme success, a 12 on 85 for your roll.
She has that soft touch.
You feel a presence within this jar. And this presence feels particularly evil.
Oh.
You can feel that whatever is in here is trapped against its will and is full of seething anger. You hear, break my prison, break the seal to my prison.
Hattie?
I failed my check, so
You are way too preoccupied with the fact that there's culty things going on that you can't even focus on any of the items you're walking past or read any of the text.
my scar kind of burns when that happens. Yes, JC, yes. Are you done?
There is something decidedly off about that vase.
Oh.
Something decidedly off. We need to talk to this Dr. Caitlin Bronson to see what she knows about it, because this could be a danger to everyone, not only in this room, not only in this building, not only in this city, but in our entire universe.
Okay. All right. Well, I say we go talk to her. I don't see any reason in being coy, do you?
I guess not.
She's actually just beside you. This is her jar, and she's standing right next to it.
I mean, I
Yes.
guess I just ask her. She probably heard this entire conversation.
I see that you have taken a liking. I am going to be giving a speech in just a moment about my research on this canopic jar. You know, Ibnhotep is rumored in various texts, including this stone tablet right beside it, you see on the other pedestal. He is rumored to have plotted a murder of the boy king, Tutankhamun. Yes, it is rumored to have planned this and been murdered in the doing. Yes, by a thief.
Okay. Well, I don't know how much you've communed with this being in your studies, but this item, it seethes negativity and evil and hatred and could be quite upsetting and dangerous, really, to anyone in this space should it happen to get out. I mean, has it affected your mind? And I'm gonna touch her hair.
It's short and gray and sort of thin. I love this speech that you've given, and I want to see if she is swayed by it. Can you give me some sort of interpersonal skill? I would think maybe persuade, but if you would prefer to do maybe charm, that works too.
Or
psychology is great. Yes, to see if you can convince her.
Failure.
A 97 is a fumble. She doesn't like that. Now I will remind you, you all, of your two tools in game that you can use for a failed roll. The first is you may push a roll if it's not in combat. In combat, you'll just get another turn in the next round of combat. And pushing a roll means you attempt it again, but you have to describe to me how you take it one step further. And if you fail again, the consequences could be very bad. And the other way is if it's close but not quite, you may burn some of your luck skill permanently in order to increase your skill. But you're also welcome to fail.
Pushing it.
I'm gonna push that roll.
Do it.
So at this point, I've leaned in and touched her hair, and she's not having it, right? That's where we are.
Excuse me, madam, if you could stand back. The canopic jar is of great value.
I'm gonna brush on the other side her hair behind her ear as I lean in and whisper in her ear, "It may have already taken over your mind, and that's all right. I'm here to help you."
Let's see. Go ahead and push it by rolling again.
No, still
Madam.
not as bad.
She motions to the security guards that have tags that say British Museum. You didn't notice them before as they looked rather bored, but she's motioned to them, and two of them have stepped up next to you.
Madam, sorry, excuse me. I'm so sorry. May I interject for just one moment here?
Is this your companion?
Yes, we have met, and JC is quite good at what she does, and though I know she comes on strong, it is a result of strong feelings, and I know that can be uncomfortable, and I don't think that's. I don't mean to speak for you, JC, but I don't think that's what you wish to do here.
No, I'm not trying to make anyone uncomfortable. I'm trying to save everyone from whatever is in that jar.
It's just that she was quite moved, and so if you could pardon us for our exuberant expression. We are quite interested in your exhibit. We're passionately interested in your exhibit, which I think she has.
Give me a charm roll.
Okay. No, that's Hattie's strength, but we'll try it.
Go, Hattie, go. Go, Hattie, go.
Oh, no.
Oh, epic fail. If you would please, I won't kick you out yet, but just step away from my canopic jar of Ibn Teppa.
Absolutely. Respect
And-
your jar.
With a gesture, these two guards, please excuse us, but we must show you closer to the door. If you would step away from the doctor, she seems uncomfortable with your presence.
Yes, no problem. Just be careful. Be careful.
Yeah, they're not heeding your warnings in the slightest, and yet from that extreme success, you know that what you felt is very, very real. What's Helix up to?
Well, I was right there listening, and just kind of taking it in when the guards approached. I pretended like I wasn't part of this group, but as they ushered the two women away, I do catch up to them. And JC, what was that all about? You kind of went a little nutso butso.
What you may read as nutso butso, as you say it, is the way that I express myself when I have had an extreme communication, which is exactly what I had just now with that canopic jar. Let me tell you, normally I can get an essence from something as to what it wants or what type of life that it led, and it's normally very timid and calm. I mean, after all, it has already lived the more violent part of its life. But no, not this one. This one is seething with violence. It is waiting for the opportunity to strike like a great evil trapped inside this vase. And I personally am terrified that any of us are even near it. And I am especially worried about that woman who has been studying it for so long and sees nothing wrong with it. I wonder if it has overtaken her mind.
Yeah, I know.
That can happen.
Just then, a gentleman, as you've been wandering sort of more towards where you came in, further away from the doctor, a man in a suit that's a little bit too big for him, as was normal from the time, and a gray fedora. Ladies, may I give you just? I thought of a joke, and this is an original from me, Coleman Reese. Okay, okay, here's what I'm thinking. There once was a girl, and she was a flute player, and she loved the boy king very much, and she would toot on her flute outside the palace all day long. Now, he confessed his love for her, this boy king, but she said she could only love another flute player. She didn't think they would have any toot in common.
Yes,
Becca wrote this joke, and so she really wants you to laugh because, anyway, don't worry about it.
Oh, you know,
This man really comes up to you.
That was a play on words, ladies.
That was very good. That was the little king that died or something. A thief was going to steal his life, or everyone was planning against him, or
That's what this pamphlet says.
are you flirting with us, or you got some other agenda, little man?
Well, you called me, and you called me on my bluffs. Yes, I'm flirting with you. And also, perhaps any of you ladies would be interested in a card game later? I'm trying to drum up a poker game in the hotel. I'm here on business.
Oh.
And I love cards.
Well, you come up to a group of 3 women, and you're just hoping for one of them to say yes, or you want all 3 of us? What do you think, ladies?
Oh, is that a bad faux pas? I don't speak much French, but I'm a salesman. Coleman Reese. Did I say I said my name?
You did.
Right. Anyway.
What do you sell?
Insurance. Do you need insurance? It's a good gamble.
What type of insurance?
Oh, well, I specialize in life. Do you know anything about the potentiality of death? I know a lot of people don't like to think about it, but you look like a lady that is probably afraid of such things.
Afraid? No. I would welcome the opportunity to ascend into the great beyond. However, I do have some knowledge you may be interested in if you're profiting off others' death. There is an item here in this very room that could potentially kill us all. Sell away.
Look, lady, I'm just looking for a date of some cards. But you think that death is coming to the whole ballroom here?
If that woman has anything to do with it, and I'm going to point at Dr. Caitlin Bronson.
Well, I don't know a thing about that. I'm just looking for a good time.
Word to
What
the
about
wise,
you, Hattie?
Don't tell her we sent you. We didn't make the best first impression.
Well, ma'am, I just called you Hattie in his voice, but I meant it as the keeper. What is Hattie doing? He turns to you. And, oh, ma'am, pardon me, but are you from... Did you grow up in Hartford?
Yes?
You look just like a young girl I grew up next door to. Tell me about your childhood.
Oh, I wish I could. Unfortunately, I don't really remember much about it.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
It's a bit of a blur, or a lump, I guess you could say.
Oh, and he looks at your headscar. I see.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mean to touch on something sensitive.
Oh, I got the bangs. I don't have the hair for bangs, but I got it to hide it, you know.
No, you've got a great face for bangs, doll. And he gives you a little knock on the chin.
Thank you.
Well, maybe you'll find me. I think we'll be in the dining hall on the second floor after hours, getting together that game of cards, if any of you dolls are interested. And he goes on.
Best of luck with your jokes.
Nobody liked the joke about Tutankhamun, but I'll keep working on my material.
No, we're just slow. We're just slow. I mean, you should see how long it takes me to read a book. It's insane. I love your joke. It took we heard that word ever in my life once. So you can't do puns on an uncommon, even a toot uncommon word.
There it is. Nailed it. We got there. All right. Does anybody want to look around more, or?
Yeah, JC, I was wondering. So you think this jar by itself is evil, or do you think there's like other stuff in this place that could be linked to it? That, you know, like sometimes in the pulp fiction novels that we read in I think the 1920s, there's like other things that talk to each other, or like if you have 2 or 3 gemstones all powered up, then the bad thing happens. You know what I mean? You think there's more than one artifact?
I think I understand what you're saying. Yes. I mean, I know for sure whatever is in that jar is desperately trying to escape and does not wish to be nice and fluffy when it comes out. There could be other things in this exhibit potentially that are related to it. It's certainly worth a look. That's a great idea, Helix.
Everybody give me a spot hidden.
Yeah.
Success from JC, failure from Helix, and success from Hattie. Okay. JC, you feel a pulsating drawing you. And you turn to an exhibit just behind you. Inlaid in case, you see an onyx scarab inlaid in a bronze stone necklace with big beads, big chunky beads, and it doesn't feel like the other items on display. This one feels like it is particularly just calling to you.
Ooh, this is stunning. What is this? And I'm going to get closer to it. I assume it's covered in a pane of glass.
It's actually not. It's on a pedestal and sitting on a sort of like a fake neck made out of plaster.
I want to get my ear close to it as if I'm listening for it to tell me something. Do I hear anything?
Bring me. Wear me. You feel a very alien energy, even just with your hand getting close to it. You feel a powerful infusion of that energy mixing with your own aura, and you notice that this scarab is etched into it is an inverted ankh, which is not in this. This is a random picture I pulled from the internet. Please don't get mad at copyright. An ankh is that common Egyptian symbol that it looks like a cross, but it's got a loop at the top. And this is an inverted ankh. So the regular ankh, it means, since you already had an extreme success earlier on your history, JC, you'll know that an ankh is associated with life. And the inverted ankh can often represent death.
This necklace is just asking to be worn, and I don't mean that in a fashionable way. I mean that it is asking to be worn in a way that makes me highly uncomfortable, if I'll be frank. Ladies, come look. This small symbol on the back. Normally you would see it the other way around, but since it is inverted, this means things I am very uncomfortable with. First of all, the necklace spoke to me. It spoke to me, and it asked to be worn in much the same way that canopic jar over there asked to be set free.
I'm sorry to interject.
Well, you actually each found something as you were looking around before you come back together. Helix, you found a spoon gallery of shoddily crafted wooden spoons, and you take out your own spoon and compare it with the others, and you're enamored of just a variety of spoons. They have no supernatural effect that you can determine. And Hattie, you find on the opposite side of the ballroom from what JC's looking at, you find a figurine that really draws you in. Its material is red in color, and you know that this is Jasper. You don't remember where you learned that information, but we're just going to pretend that the picture from the book is in this stone, this Jasper stone. And you see Egyptian hieroglyphs down its torso and legs. And something about this just gives you a calming feeling. This figurine of perhaps a pharaoh or some ancient figure.
It's made of the jasper?
It's made of jasper. I just want to represent that.
I loved it.
Random picture of a stone.
JC, are you worried about this Dr. Bronson lady?
Only in that her reaction to me was quite uncomfortable, and I was only trying to help her. And that she says she's been studying this particular jar for quite a length of time, is excited to speak on it, and I cannot imagine that something with that magnitude of presence wouldn't have affected someone in close proximity to it after time.
Well, if she's planning something, what I can do is slip her a Mickey.
And on that note, just at that moment, all the lights go off.
No!
You said it. You said the word.
The children and older ladies or more capricious ladies scream in the darkness. Not only that, but you feel gunfire. You feel the muzzle flashes from various spots all around you going off. They don't seem to be causing blood. They seem to be shot up at the ceiling as Helix, you feel plaster fall down upon your head.
I grab spoons.
Okay, you may grab spoons. Yes, you may open the case in front of you and grab the wooden spoons out of it. In this moment, we're going to start taking turns, and we will take actions in rounds.
In the dark.
So, in the dark. Muzzle flashes have gone up. People are screaming and running, and you feel them running towards the exit behind you. It's like you are a stone and all the salmon are swimming around you. I don't know where I was going with that metaphor. It's going to be upstream if you try and move anywhere, and you will have a penalty die to do so. And we haven't talked about penalty die for those players that are new. It's very easy in Roll20 because you can just hit bonus or penalty. Basically, you're rolling the tens digit of your D100 roll again, and either you take the better if it's a bonus die that you got, or you take the worse if it's a penalty die. So it's basically like advantage or disadvantage in some other games, but better. All right. So
Some other games that we're not talking.
we don't talk about games.
They don't. What games? What games?
What
guys?
games? There are no other games actually.
Video games.
This is the only game.
Now, please make a power roll. No penalty die on this one.
Everybody.
Everybody make a power roll.
Just a regular power roll.
God damn it.
A 1, a critical success.
Jason
Oh
likes
my
being in the
God.
dark. I'm at home here, baby.
I can't win. This is so fucking rigged.
You're welcome to switch to actual D100 dice if you don't trust the digital dice roller. I welcome that. You know, you have to be able to switch dice when. And
No,
put 'em in
because I
dice
feel
jail.
like I'm gonna. It's fine.
It's gonna come around.
It's gonna come around. I've spent. Yeah. Jeez.
You rolled a 95 on 50, and that is very close to a fumble. So we're going to say that Hattie actually gets pushed backwards further towards the elevator, and somebody stomps real hard on her foot. Oh, sorry, I meant Helix. They're both H names. I meant Helix. Let's see. And Hattie, a hard success. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to do a little something. In this round, it's actually going to be very difficult to act because of the rush of people just flooding for the exits after those gunshots went off. But you did need a hard or an extreme success in order to act more quickly. And I'm going to say that because Trisha, JC got a critical success, rolled a nat 1, you're not going to roll a penalty die at all. Hattie, you will get to act, but you will take a penalty die on anything you try and do right now.
Okay.
So JC, what would you like to do?
I would like to tune out all of the chaos around me and commune with what I spoke to in that jar. So I'm going to immediately, like my eyes will start to flutter, and I'm just ignoring all of the commotion around me, and I'm going to telepathically communicate with the canopic jar, saying, "Tell me what it is you want. We are not your enemy."
Roll for a cult.
Okay. Hard success?
Wow, JC is rolling well.
I know.
You open your mind to one specific area of this room. You see in your mind just space and stars, and then it zooms into Providence, and it zooms into the hotel, and it zooms into this jar or where you last saw it, and you open your mind to whatever entity was last in that space. And as you let that entity come flooding in, you feel rage and anger, and sudden immobility turns to mobility, and you lash out, and you feel yourself take life. You suck the life from another being, and you laugh as you do it. You have been freed. JC must roll for sanity.
Oh shit! JC, you walked right in.
You
You
know
open
what?
the
That's what
door.
JC does, though.
Hey, serial killers, come in my house.
I just wanted to commune with them. All right, let me find where's
It's
my
a big number
sanity
at
roll?
the top.
The afterlife demons, they're tricky with communication.
Oh, right there. Success.
Okay, you succeeded.
Ooh, big
Please take
surprise.
1 sanity loss. Just 1. It would have been worse
Okay.
had you failed. Because you heard what was happening. You feel that what was once trapped has been freed.
Oh.
Do I know what
Hattie.
it wants?
On your
We
critical
can do that later.
success, critical was on the power. You feel that it's looking for a possession that once belonged to it. And I'll tell you, because you've been rolling so well and I left out, when you were looking at that scarab amulet before, the note card beside it said Imhotep's scarab amulet.
Yeah.
Hattie,
Okay.
you may also act this round.
Do I feel anything from that, or is that just JC?
It was just JC that felt it because she rolled for occult as her
Okay.
action for the round.
So when the lights go out, what I think I would have probably heard. Is it fully pitch black?
There
And, like,
are
you can see
bay
kind of-
windows at the far end. You're pretty far. It was behind where Dr. Caitlin Bronson was standing with her pedestal in the jar. There was a little bit of moonlight, but it is a slim moon.
I'm going to, because this is traumatic for Hattie, I'm going to immediately reach out and try and find Helix and grab, if I can, for Helix.
Give me a dexterity roll, but you're going to roll a penalty die.
Right. Okay. So I do a dexterity roll.
A hard
then-
success.
How do I do a penalty? on here?
Right below where it shows in the chat window that you have a 19 on 50, right below that it says
I see a
bonus.
penalty.
You rolled a 4, which will replace the 10 slot, so it turns your 19 into a 49 out of 50. You still got it.
Wow.
You do reach out and feel Helix. And because you had that other hard success, you reach out with your right hand and feel Helix. You reach out with your left hand. You had been standing right in front of this figurine
Oh, good. Okay.
that was on the pedestal. And you feel it under your hand. You may grab it if you like.
Yeah.
You immediately feel just this smooth jasper rock. It's very worn down with time. And in your, just shooting up your arm, you just feel like a cooling sensation.
So I'll pull that into my chest and Helix? Helix.
You got me.
Okay. Because I don't know, do I have her arm or do I have her leg? She fell over.
I did it.
Oh yeah, she's kind of, you've got her hat, but you can feel down and find the rest of her. She kind of was kneeling after a child just ran right into her and sort of took the wind out of you, Helix.
Did I take any damage for someone on my foot or no?
No. Don't worry. You'll take plenty of damage.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, good. An anchor to hold on to in the sea of people.
In that moment, you feel more shots being fired into the ceiling. Anyone, as you're being swept further towards the stairs, all of you are still being pushed backwards by this crowd. You may try and resist. Everybody give me a dex roll just to see how well you resist this crowd pushing against you.
Oh.
A success from JC, a fail from Hattie, and a success from Helix. So Helix and Hattie, because you're holding on to each other, one of your success helps the other. You stay put where you are in the middle of the room, and you hear this wail, this scream, this guttural cry. Oh my. And as it runs out of air, this strange moan becomes a death rattle as more shots are fired. It was almost as if JC, the feeling of life being sucked, you feel as if you almost could see a moment into the future when that happened. And this scream you hear, you know that is the life that you heard being lost. And as the panic crowd becomes more panicked as shots continue to fire, one doesn't seem to be into the ceiling. And at the same time, several things happened. There was a reporter that you had noticed earlier, a man with a fedora and a little piece of paper showing that he's a news guy, young man. He was taking a photo of each item in the exhibit, and you see him, anyone who is turned upstage towards where the doctor was, you see the flash of light from his camera illuminate the room. And each of you sees Dr. Bronson surrounded by this opaque black cloud. It looks almost, you can see through it a little bit, and it sort of has like the ripples of flesh, but it's not touching the ground, and there's a dusty tendrils coming out of it. And I'm going to need Hattie and Helix to roll for sanity.
Oh,
JC, your sanity roll, you already know that something is not right and something very terrible is happening. So seeing this is just the realization of what you already felt.
Do I roll with a penalty?
You do not for sanity. No, that's more for physical moving against the crowd. But each of you succeeded in your sanity roll. So you lose 1 sanity for seeing this amorphous cloud that seems to be sucking the fluids right out of the doctor. You see just like lines of liquid being pulled into the cloud. It's so hard to comprehend in just that moment flash of light. But as you were looking against where the crowd was moving, that's what you see.
Hattie's going to pull out her notebook and start sketching it. I've never seen anything like this before.
Okay, roll your arts and crafts for sketching, and you're going to roll with a penalty die to see how difficult it is for you to actually get this drawing off the ground.
Oh, but I've got a torch, so I'm going to pull out a torch and give her some light.
Okay, awesome. Again, just there's so many people pressing up against you. Give me a dexterity roll just to see if you can get the flashlight out of your, is it like a big bag?
Yeah, I've got a bag with my gin in it.
An extreme success for Helix. You can do another action if you'd like. You pull out your torch easily.
What? Okay, my penalty isn't working on here for that for whatever reason. So I'm gonna do, what die would I roll for that?
Just a D10. Yeah, weird.
I can do that. I don't know.
Do I do it? Should I have done a penalty for the torch?
Oh, but you got an extreme success, so
Okay.
you don't have to.
I love it.
Success, and then I have 3 penalty. So I think
Okay, which is the exact same. All right, so it's still a 36 on 60. You do indeed succeed in sketching out what you've just seen. You will be able to reference it and pull it out if you're trying to show it to someone later. Helix, would you like to physically maneuver?
just a black ball.
Yeah, physically maneuver.
or do any other action?
Perfect drawing.
I know this hotel really well, so I kind of want to see, like, everyone is shooting guns and I'm just unclear why. So I want to find my guy. I want to find one of my guys, maybe Lil Mosey or someone who I know, and just I'm just I want to find someone I know who might be on the security detail for the hotel, or just someone I know.
Okay, you can roll for spot hidden to see if you see Mosey, or if you want to roll for credit rating, I suppose. Well, that's not really something.
I guess the thing I want to know is what I want to know what the plan is, and someone with a gun, I want to know what the hell they're shooting at, because it seems like they're shooting willy-nilly, and that's a really bad strategy in a big crowd of people. It's just like a good way to make a mob into a riot.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely a mob. So it's going to be really hard to find someone and pull them aside in the midst of all this chaos. Perhaps you can do that later.
Okay.
But if you want to just sort of scope out the scene and see if you can determine for yourself, you could do spot hidden.
Okay, spot hidden. I had a hard success.
Oh, yeah. You see next to you, there's someone struggling with one of the British Museum security guards you saw earlier. And this guy, he's got like a newsy cap and suspenders. He looks like kind of a unsuspecting dock worker kind of guy. And you see him shoot his gun into the air, and he yells, "Shepherd, you get the jar?"
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna throw a gin bottle at him. If I spot him, and can I throw it at the same turn?
Because you got an extreme success, absolutely you can. You
All
have
right.
a throw skill on the bottom right of your sheet.
Oh God.
And then we'll
damn
see what JC's been doing.
Okay.
Get him with your sexy gin.
Okay. I failed, but I do have 30 luck, and I don't know if now's a good time to do it, but it's a one
You'd
shot.
have to spend. I like to set a house rule of no more than 10 luck on a
No more than
single
10
luck spend.
Okay.
Just to
Well,
keep it.
Well, then I'm gonna push it because I failed, and I want him to go down.
Push that roll.
Okay, really
Another
failed.
failure.
You're
fighting against the crowd.
I'm fighting against a crowd. I'm gonna say so. I throw it. I throw another gin bottle. This goes down. This is very, very bad. I'm gonna say, as I get, I guess I'm gonna say, they see me try to stop them, or let's say the monster. I don't know. Is it too much to say? Like I accidentally inhale whatever that liquid is. Is that a lot?
Oh, I think that you were next to Hattie, and you were next to that sort of protective feeling
We were far
figurine.
away.
I think that you're being pushed in the other direction, and that's a ways from you.
Okay, well let's just say I'm not anonymous anymore, and they spot me trying to
Yeah, he's gonna come towards you, and he sees that you threw things at him, and he's gonna turn his gun to you. JC.
Would I know? Here's my hypothesis, but I feel like JC would have some kind of idea of this. If whatever escaped and is presumably attacking Dr. Bronson or inhabiting Dr. Bronson, would it be good to remove it from the amulet it is looking for, or to join it with said amulet?
If you'd like to roll for an idea, you can we'll call it a hard intelligence. So actually on your character sheet, it lets you, you have roll options at the very top of regular, hard, and extreme.
Hard intelligence?
Yeah, so it'll be half your intelligence. So that'll be, if you're at 75.
So I need to get under a 37. I did not. So I have no idea.
You're not sure whether or not you're supposed to reunite this thing with its possession or keep it away.
Okay, and would I know if there are any materials that say a spirit could not see through or could not sense things through?
Are there materials in this room? Give me.
Yeah.
I think you have acted this round, but that is a good thing to ask. Just to know, you can just think a thought without a penalty. So let's see. I think that would be just a cult, which you are very good at.
Now you've jinxed me. Well, success. Okay.
You do know that red jasper is a material of healing and protection, and that it is rumored to be extremely protective against dark forces.
Okay. Then if I have any movement or anything left, I'm just going to spend it looking desperately for red jasper.
Sure. Okay, let's see. The crowd is starting to thin out, and you do feel, with that occult roll, you feel another wash of death near you as you reach out looking for something else. You feel as you trip, and the young man that had been taking photos earlier with the journalist cap on is at your feet, JC. He has his cameras in hand, and he's holding tight to it. You have to get close to see in just the moonlight. But he seems to be bleeding, and there's a bullet wound in his chest, and you see his eyes wide.
I'm going to kneel next to him and put my hand on his bullet wound and say, "Travel well into the adventure beyond," as I stand up and take his camera.
Excellent. Okay, you have the camera. All right. It's very thin now, the crowd, and there's no the signs of struggle that you heard between the security guards and whoever had been firing weapons seems to have died down. Perhaps you think that whoever it was has sort of slipped in with the exiting exhibit goers. And does anyone else want to do anything?
Well, were those dudes coming for me, or no, or
Yeah.
did they get a little more distracted by the jar?
You saw as he stepped closer to you, you can really just see him in silhouette. And he says, "What do you think you're doing? You stay out of my way, lady, if you want to see the light of day again." And then a whistle comes from towards the stairwell. Hey, Jax, come on. And he turns in and he gives you one more look before he heads down towards the stairwell and away.
Just as he's leaving, I pull out my gun, which he probably missed, and I'll be like, "Don't shoot." I was here for you, Helix, if anything happens.
Thanks, Hattie. I probably shouldn't have thrown liquor at a man with a gun. I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, it was a moment of panic. None of us were thinking.
Hey, that guy was after he and his friends are after the jar, the cantropic jar.
Do we have it?
Canopic. Do I have it? No, I'm not touching that thing. JC's afraid
JC,
of
do you
it.
have it?
No, I'm not touching that jar. I believe Dr. Bronson has it in more ways than I'm comfortable to admit.
Okay, well,
Let me know if you find any. Look for red stone. Look for red jade. Just keep your eyes peeled. We are
Jason-
not out of danger yet.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I was going to show you this. It's red. It's this red. It feels nice, and I'll show you the red jasper man statue.
Excellent. Let's all stay together.
JC,
Now the question is-
you're glowing a little. You look very alive.
Oh. Well, there was just a man who died over there. Now you can say someone has for sure died in this hotel. Maybe it's his essence living on in me. Anyway, that
Is
jar.
that how it
is looking for
works? Okay,
that amulet. And that man who's dead took a picture of whatever's going on here, but I believe we've all seen it. Where is Dr. Bronson? And I'm going to look around frantically as I'm grabbing Helix and Hattie and pulling the three of us together around that red jasper thing.
Oh, okay, perfect. You're holding onto the red jasper, and as you move as a unit of three in the moonlight, you step closer towards the window, closer to towards where you saw Dr. Bronson and the canopic jar last. And as you get there, you stumble once again as a body seems to be laying at your feet.
sorry.
Does anyone reach down?
Who?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Who is it?
As the three of you look down, you see a desiccated, dry, withered corpse. It's hard to tell, but you recognize the linen pantsuit anywhere, though the skin is blackened and shriveled, as if the moisture had evaporated right out of it. Please, everyone, roll for sanity.
Oh my gosh.
Shh.
Ooh. All right, JC and Hattie had succeeded in their sanity roll, and Helix has lost 4 sanity.
Ooh,
On a D4.
no. Okay. No,
Um,
no, what even
JC and
is
Hattie,
this?
you lose 1 additional sanity as well, because this is not a normal death. JC, you've seen dead bodies. You just saw another one. You've spoken to the dead, but you've never seen a corpse with not an ounce of water inside their person.
I only have 45.
Oh my gosh.
That's not great. Helix, describe to me an outburst that you have of a momentary insane reaction when you see this corpse and realize what's happened to it.
Oh, I know exactly. This is like a real thing that I do as Amy. I like clap my hands a lot when I'm terrified, and I have no idea why I do it. But it's as if I'm like, you know, a barbarian, like hitting sticks together to scare things off. So I like It's like I inhale, I think I forget to breathe.
And just then, the lights come back on, perhaps from the cellar, and the basement power has been switched back on, and Hattie and JCC Helix, just like a wind-up monkey toy.
Yes, exactly.
Helix, and I'll just go over and clap her hands on top, like clap my hands on top of her clapping. Helix, eye contact. Hey.
And as each of you take a moment to settle and breathe, we will take our 10-minute break. Everybody, go
gosh.
pee, get yourself another cocktail, and we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Amazing.
Oh gosh, and I say that it'll be 1 more minute. Why, hello, my preciouses, and welcome back into the second half of this evening's The Calyx. Quickly, I want to remind you, this is brought to you and sponsored by Chaosium. Go to chaosium.com. They are the publishers of Call of Cthulhu. I reached out to them and asked if they would sponsor this because I love Call of Cthulhu so intensely, with a sick, burning passion for watching my friends get devoured by creatures of not of this plane of existence. Not that that's going to happen tonight, obviously. That's not. No, that's not. Tonight's scenario is like really, it's friendly and it's squishy and nice and pleasant. No one's going to die later. Anyway, we'll get back into the adventure in just a moment. Just want to remind you, if you want to get anything, go to chaosium.com. You can buy their products at many different places, but I recommend going directly to chaosium.com and using my offer code, TheCalyx, for 10% off. That only works on your very first time using it. And then hopefully we'll have a new code for you soon if you want to go back, because I personally keep getting new scenarios after I play the ones that you've seen on this stream. And if you are here for the first time, please, please, please type into your little browser, youtube.com/goodtimesociety, because that is where you will find all of the previous episodes of the Calyx, 10 other episodes. And this will be our 11th. It's very exciting. And here's to 1 billion more. And with that, well, let's bring in our three short black wigged ladies, the short black bob brigade. We have Katie Michaels as Hattie Farwell, Trisha Hirschberger as JC Belletti, and Amy Vorpal as Helix Burberry. And they're all getting a little snacky snack because
I'll
I
have a
scheduled
snack.
for a
I have
game.
food in my mouth.
Hey, I
said-
scheduled you
I
right at
said
dinner time.
we're the Black Box Society of Mams, which is BBSM.
Oh.
Black Bob Society of Mams. Oh, this is the thing. This is the thing. I need to write this down. Black Bob
Which
Society.
means you have to come back to the Calyx, right?
Absolutely. I that's just always a thing, is that our lady streamer friends are always in a rotating cabal, if you will. But now it's a Black Bob Society of Mams. But yes, people will know I have mixed it up with people who have established characters on the Calyx and had those characters meet new characters. Representatives of Black Bob's Society of Mams may intermingle with other mams of the Calyx universe. So far, only femme presenting female people have been on the show. It's not just limited to that, but it is a place for that. I'm not opposed to it. You know what I mean? Also, a fun thing happened where my other computer, where I play the Be Right Back screen, fell asleep.
Oh.
So that's why that happened. That quiet time. I thought it was a nice quiet time of reflection for these three ladies to reflect on what is around them in this ballroom on the 17th floor of the Providence Milton Hotel. You have a desiccated, dried up corpse of a former Egyptologist, now just dead lady, who was in the Grey Bobs of Mams Club and is no more. Dr. Caitlin Bronson. Let's see. Helix has found a new collection of ancient spoons, or at least a few more to add to her existing collection. Hattie, the three of you, in fact, are all grasping the red Jasper figurine that Hattie had discovered, and JC knows very much about the goings-on of the supernatural within this room as she felt it, as she opened her very attuned person to it. What do you all say? What do you all do? And what do you see?
So the lights have come back on now?
They have. There are a few stragglers still in the room, some of whom you recognize.
I want to go directly to the source and like loot Dr. Caitlin Bronson's, search through her pockets and see if there are any speech notes that she had, because she said she was going to deliver a speech later. And I want to see if the speech had anything of note in it.
There was completely a speech that should have happened. And yes, give me... Actually, I should have made you roll first, but I won't, because you do find notes very prominently in her chest pocket. And because I love doing my Margaret Thatcher voice, I will show you what you find.
What a
The
treat.
notes read. Hold on. I ate some Cheez-Its. And it's dry in there. Okay. The whiskey doesn't help. Hello and thank you for coming. This is the Ibn Hotep Canopic jar. This fascinating piece dates back to 1325 BC. Canopic jars are normally used to preserve the pharaoh's organs as he crosses over into the afterlife, but a special case was made for Ibn Hotep. Hieroglyphic records from that period tell us that he was an advisor and astrologist for the boy king. His name is, Amy?
Oh, Tutankhamun.
Nailed it. According to those records, he attempted to use black magic to murder the king. The jar's accompanying tablet, she motions to the tablet beside her, says that after he was defeated, Ibn Hotep's soul was trapped within this jar in order to prevent his entry into the afterlife as punishment for his wicked deeds. And she wrote, maniacally touch your fingers together as you conclude your notes. And then and that's all that's written there. All things that you had garnered from other information. But a little bit more detailed language. And you also find a tiny bell in her other pocket that she probably wanted to ring to get everyone's attention.
It's mine now.
I tried to warn her. I tried.
Felix, please add tiny bell to your possessions.
Done.
Someone else think it's odd that she added the stage direction to her own speech.
I don't know. I've never really given a speech before, so I imagine there's a lot of things that you've got to remember.
Would she not know that she has to look at the tablet or gesture to it at some point?
It's a good point. I'm going to say
I don't know. I mean,
point.
I don't even remember my own childhood. So
Katie, I did that in a different voice. I did it in a different voice to show the stage direction was separate from the character.
All I know is we sure
I
missed
assumed
out.
it was her because we were reading a written speech.
We just
sorry, I forgot. I thought that all of you went into a daze and then you just sort of like saw the flashback of what she would have said when she practiced in her hotel room earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, we really missed out. I would have loved to see it.
Felix, can you give me a spot hidden roll as you continue to search her?
Ooh. Oh yeah, I was on possessions. I had to add my tiny bell.
Tiny bell.
Tiny bell.
It's gold.
Oh, is it? Okay, so I won.
You won. And in her pants pocket, you find a little key, just a classic old key, and it has number 808 on a little tag attached to it.
Is that a room?
It is. Yeah, this is definitely a room key to our hotel. So she's on the 8th floor.
She was on the 8th floor. Now she is quite deceased and moved on. Unless her spirit is now completely taken over by this Imhotep.
Oh, is that a possibility, JC?
I mean,
Can you speak
we
with her?
all saw. Wasn't there a flash of light? We all saw it. that presence above her head, and now we find her withered corpse here on the ground. Also, there may be photo evidence if any of you knows how to develop photos.
Well, I sketched the being. It's right here.
Well done, Hattie.
It's pretty accurate. That's her in
that
the
a
middle of that.
colon?
Yeah. It's just
Is it oh, it's a teddy, it's a tooth.
no. It's the being that was wrapping around her. The black cloud.
Yes. Which makes this Imhotep.
The hotel manager, Helix, of course, you know, your boss, comes into the room and says, "Nobody move. Everyone who is in this room currently, you, the six of you, you stay put. No one leaves this room. The police are on their way, and they're gonna need to question you. I imagine anybody who was in this room. Mosey, you stay too." And then he goes out and he says, I gotta keep the guests calm. I gotta keep the guests calm. And then he goes back out.
I think we should leave.
I think we should leave. I think we should leave. I think we should go down the stairs. I think we should go to room 808,
808.
or go to the poker game and see if they, you know.
Yeah, the dining hall on the second floor. Those are the
Ladies. This spirit was looking for that amulet I pointed out to you earlier. Should we leave it be or take it with us? I'm not entirely decided, so I'm opening it up to the group.
Well, I think we keep it.
I mean, we definitely keep that, and I'm going to point to Hattie's Jasper item.
Yes,
I think so, but I also think we keep the little bit the scarab beetle because I don't want it to get into another hand.
that's a good point. Maybe we just don't put it on because we should be suspicious when jewelry asks us to put it on.
Agreed. Yes. Very astute.
Okay, so we place that in a separate pocket, but take it with us.
Yes, I will handle that. So I'm going to go over and be careful not to touch the actual amulet. I'm just going to touch like the string that it's on and place it into a bag.
Oh, okay. I love this care. Yes, absolutely. You do so.
With, of course, when the cops aren't watching.
They have not yet arrived.
Let's go. Let's
three,
get out it.
Yeah, we should move
the
with
three
it.
security guards are still here, but yeah, you're there's no one stopping you at this point.
Okay, let's.
Those security guards look very shaken, and you know that at least one of them was being roughed up in the darkness.
Helix, what's the fastest path to room 808?
It is. It's the stairwell.
I want you to lead them out. You can take the stairwell, and then Helix, I'm going to need you to roll for navigate to see if you go directly there or if you take a more meandering path.
Okay. If I only know, oh my God, this is great because I might only know the path that I go, which is around the entire floor and then down and then around the entire
We have to
floor.
clean all the rooms on floor 8 before we get to 8.
You only had 17 in that, which I don't know why I randomly gave you 7 extra in there, but it worked out.
Yeah, I failed.
Yeah, no, you failed. And that's exactly what happens. But you do arrive at room 808.
We take the cleaning route. I can't work like this. I need to be pushing a cart. And then I can get us down.
Well, how about this, Helix? Take out 2 of your spoons, hold them in front of you, pretend they're the cart, okay?
Okay. Oh, it's this way.
Yeah.
Zoom, from the 17th floor all the way down to the 8th floor. And I guess we finally get there.
As you do, you wander past the 2nd floor, which of course there is the maid like refresh room where you get all the tiny little soaps and more towels. And before you go back up to the 8th floor through the stairs. So all of you are very winded at this point. And as you're going through the 2nd floor, you do notice some signs that there is a wedding going on today in the hotel. There seems to be a reception on the 2nd floor going on right now. Happy people schmoozing. You can hear the cheersing. And there's a sign that says 1 hour photo. Yes, Ms. Florence's 1 hour photo. And then you also see in the lobby today, off the lobby ballroom, there is a meeting of the Geological Society. But you do make it back up to floor 8.
Wait, can we stop and get a 1 hour photo?
Develop our photos?
You can do things in whatever order you
we
please.
develop our photo?
You can do things in whatever order you please, but things will be there when you want them.
I mean, if that's what we saw when, because I took them down to the lobby, right? We
You
saw
did.
that,
You went down to the second floor, and you saw some signage.
and that's where we saw the 1 hour photo. I don't know that I would pass that up. I don't know, JC. I don't know. I know we want to get to this woman's room, but
Well, what if we drop the camera off?
come back for it in an
Presumably,
hour.
about an hour is enough time.
You see a sign that says "Congratulations to Edith and Charles," and you can see inside the reception area if you want to go in.
Are there people working there right now, or is it closed?
You can see into, it's like a conference room area of a hotel. There's many rooms. There's a ballroom upstairs. There's areas on the first and second floor for events. And you do see, as you peer inside the open doors to the reception area, you see the lined up chairs and the arch. And then closer to the entrance, there seems someone has set up a temporary photo booth. You can't see who is taking the pictures, but you see a flashing light and a white drape.
I mean, I guess we can ask. We
I
would
think
need
we should ask.
utmost secrecy. Okay. So I'm gonna walk up to whoever appears to be behind the photo booth.
Madam.
I've acquired this camera, which I most definitely acquired legally, and I would love it if you were to develop the photos, but keep the findings to yourself. In fact, you probably shouldn't even look at it. It may be possessed with a great evil that could take over your soul. So if you could just develop these, and then we'll be back. And don't look at them. That would be great.
The woman you're speaking to, she's tall and broad-shouldered, wearing a frilly, ruffled white simple shirt and a straight gray skirt to the floor. She has dark brown skin, and her hair is tied back in a neat bun. And her eyes go wide and she blinks at you. And I'm going to need you to roll for some sort of charm or persuade. No.
As you can all probably tell, not JC's strong suit.
You rolled an 18 on a 15. Would you like to spend 3 luck?
Yes, I will.
All right. So mark down your luck. And if I ever make you roll for luck, it's now the lower value. You say, I'm sorry, slow down. What did you tell me again? Someone's going to die if I don't develop this photo?
Oh, no. I just know that you're used to developing photos that deal with marital bindings, which is a lovely, joyous thing. And these photos might...
Until it's
most well-known wedding photographer in all of Providence at this point, and it took me a damn long time to work up to that point, if you don't mind me saying so.
Well, congratulations. That is quite an achievement. These particular photos in this camera, however, they deal with the macabre, and I just thought maybe you wouldn't want to see that since it's so adverse to what you normally make for your art. So since these photos have been taken, we really just need them developed, and me and my companions do not have the ability to do that. But I thought maybe you might, and I would, of course, be willing to compensate you. I wouldn't want your more delicate sensibilities to be upset by the images in these pictures.
Well, my lady, typically I do just lovely people kissing and whatnot, but well, something about you has put me on your side, if you will, and I feel that what you're doing is noble in some respect, and well, I would like to help. Yes, I will develop your photos, but the reception's closing up. I just need to take a few more photos of the guests, and then perhaps in an hour, I'll have you, if you'll meet me on the second floor, where we are now, but around the corner. Oh, Helix. Yes. Will you show her? You know where my dark room is, yes?
Oh, yes, I do, Ronalda.
It's Florence, but that's all right.
Did you
No,
sing it
that's
already?
there's the sign. There's the sign right here. Miss Florence's photography. Don't
That's
you
all
can
right. All
you
right,
can
yeah.
call me that. You can call me whatever you want. I like your friend, and I will develop your photos.
So you want us to just take the camera to the dark room and you'll just deal with it?
Well, would you like to see the dark room process, or perhaps
We don't
typically
really
for
have
something
time.
like
No,
this?
we've got you know my thing about cleaning the rooms and the little stuff I get out of that. So anyway, there's an Egyptian spoon in this for you if you tick tock hurry it along.
If you find another piece of Swedish chocolate, you let me know.
Yeah, you're my girl. You're my girl for that Swedish chocolate. Swedish chocolate is all you. I've got to deliver some other stuff for the boys, but yeah, Swedish chocolate you got.
All right, and meet me at the darkroom door in an hour and knock 2 times. Wait and knock once more, and I'll know it's you. People always try to open the door. I have to lock it because you understand the principles of a darkroom. Well, won't get too far into it.
Again, please don't look at the photos that you may develop in the camera. Most definitely not taken from a dead man. Thanks.
We'll see you in an hour, Florence.
You know how photography developing works? I have to look at the negatives in order to enlarge them, and then I put them in the tray. I'll put them in the tray face down.
Okay, great. We'll try to be there for any of the development process that we can. Thank you.
And she nods to Hattie as well.
All right.
Okay, great. She's taking your
JC,
camera?
Beautifully executed. I really think you're very convincing.
Here's the thing. I'm going crazy. I forgot that I knew her. I saw some things that
You
I
don't know her
never
too
meant to
well.
Mm.
You've just seen each other
say. I really
around.
did think her name was Ronalda. I really did.
You know, the thing is that she
I would
sees
say you're right. I think I just had already said Florence.
I think you. Yeah. Okay, onward. Onward to room 808.
I really just hope we didn't condemn that nice woman's soul to hell for eternity, but we'll see.
Me too.
Very
What
good
a thing to
point.
say. What a thing to say.
What is, Florence's sanity here?
Oh yeah, that.
Don't worry about it. You'll find out later.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Look, we've survived some really crazy stuff already. I really want to put an end to this. So I think the answers might just be in room 808.
I hope so.
Okay.
All right, you go to the door, and I think that you're gonna get a bonus to this, but I want Helix to roll for stealth just to see if anybody sees you going to the door.
Ooh, I've got a 40. So let's see. Hard success. 11.
You don't need the bonus. Yeah, no one sees you. You approach 808, and in fact, you have 2 keys to the door.
Yes, I've got that. Look, everybody, look at my master key. Ooh, and the room 808 key. Which one should I use? I'll use the master key because it's more impressive.
Excellent. You open the door, and you are now in Dr. Bronson's hotel room.
Imagine we do 3 heads in, like,
Ding,
stacked
ding,
on
ding,
top
ding.
of each other.
So much whiskey. So much whiskey. Hold on.
Oh wow, you have a thermos of whiskey.
No, this is it's the tumbler.
What's
just
up,
been
Hattie?
sipping because every time I laugh, I sip, I think.
Felix, I know we're kind of pressed for time, but if we have time. Could we stop back by the shampoo room?
Yeah, we can do the shampoo.
I tell you, I'm a sucker for samples of little things, all the little things. I just like to have all that.
Oh, they always over order. I that's how I wash my hair. I never buy anything. So sure.
Okay.
So hold on. We got to get you some shampoo. We got to get Florence a chocolate. Yeah, but that's my whole thing. I'm your girl.
Okay. You're planning on going back by the maid's room, but right now you are standing in Dr. Caitlin Bronson's hotel room. You look around and it is neat as a pin. This is the type of woman, Helix, I don't know if you see this often, she makes her bed in the hotel before she goes out for the day. You see a bed and a nightstand with a lamp on it. You see underneath the window, there's a desk with assorted papers on the desk. There's a dresser on one wall, and then there is a little like armoire closet, just 2 small doors, but pretty tall to the closet, and then there is a private bathroom.
Okay, we should split up, ladies.
Yeah, but I think to save time, maybe JC, you should tell us where the shit is, you know?
I mean, I can try to sense something. I'm very curious to see if there's any kind of journal or diary in that desk where she may have let her thoughts loose on paper, showing us that the being was slowly taking over her mind. So that's a great place to start. And in the meantime, one moment. And I want to start like feeling for energy around the room.
Awesome. And that's definitely an occult roll.
Okay. Success.
Nice. Okay. You feel as you're feeling in the room, you feel something towards the bed, towards the nightstand. You drop down to the ground. You reach beneath the bed, kind of where someone would put something right before going to bed, and then beneath, it's sort of wedged against the wall, there is a chain, and you pull it out, and you find another necklace with this symbol.
What could this be?
What is it?
Let me see if I can commune with it. And I'm going to hold it in my hand and speak to it like it's a child telepathically, because my guess is that it may be this little boy, Tutankhamun.
Okay. Roll for history.
Okay. Hard success.
Oh,
Nice.
yes. Okay. You definitely recognize this from all of the different spirits that have spoken to you. You know that this is what's called a tyet. Tyet. This is the symbol, and it's similar to the Ankh that you know from Egyptian history in its shape, but of course the arms are down. And this is known as the Knot of Isis. It is a symbolic representation of Isis, and you know that it is a very powerful symbol. And that's all that you know. It is a powerful symbol of channeling the power of Isis.
Okay, and I don't have any sense of whether that's a protection or positive power or ill-intended power.
It's more on the side of protection. You know that she's the goddess of just magic and wisdom and cunning and cleverness is Isis.
Okay. I'm going to stand up and pull the chain up and say, "But Isis, what were you doing on the floor?"
Look what you found.
Wow. JC, you really do have a talent.
I thought I did, but nope.
I do too. I wasn't saying that as a diss on you. I was just saying.
No, of course. No,
I wasn't comparing you to it's the different talents.
We all have multifaceted talents.
Yes. Presumably, you both think I have some talents too. But I'm not fishing for compliments.
Yeah, Hattie. I mean, you were a great anchor. You know, just you were like a good, solid, sturdy body when I needed one.
Oh, thank you.
Not to mention all of your accolades as a private detective that we will help you remember with time. This is a tyet of Isis. Now, Isis represents great power. I'm not sure what she has to do with all of this, but what did Dr. Bronson want with this? Maybe that's how Dr. Bronson got all her knowledge originally. Maybe Dr. Bronson was attuned as well and playing it off as if she wasn't when I tried to warn her.
Since you rolled successfully on occult and history, you have just a little tinge of a recently passed spirit in this hotel that seems to have a possession over this necklace. So you do know that it was Dr. Bronson's, and you kind of get oh, I lost that kind of feeling from your very attuned nature to the beings in this hotel. What does Hattie do?
Hattie is going to go. Have you opened up the drawers?
In the
Yep.
desk? Or the nightstand or the
The
dresser?
nightstand.
In the nightstand. Roll for spot hidden.
I love that.
Rolling.
Really? I'm rolling.
Do you love the rolling part?
I love spot hidden. I don't know. It just sounds like so mysterious to me.
Spot.
Hard
Hidden.
success.
Nice. All right. Actually, Amy just threw in a roll and she got the hard success. We'll get to that in a moment. I assume you're also just looking. Everybody's looking. So let's deal with Hattie's first.
Success. I got regular success. I see.
44 on 65 is great too. And you were searching in the nightstand and you do find a flask of sherry and a shot glass. And Helix will know, well, this is still Prohibition era. It has been going on for 9 years at this point. Liquor is illegal. Everyone drinks liquor. You just can't buy liquor. And you find this shot. It's next to the complimentary Bible, of course, and it's about half full. And you find that's all you find in the nightstand there.
Is the shot glass just a plain clear shot glass? Anything on it?
You see a symbol. It's just the Ankh symbol. Obviously, like a could buy in a tourist shop if you were in a touring Egypt.
Got it.
Oh, can I have it?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's part of a set with your spoon.
It does.
Helix, what area would you like to look in? We've looked at the bed and the nightstand. The armoire. All right. So there's the dresser and the closet. Let's see. And with your extreme success, in one of the dresser drawers, you find a derby hat, a lady's hat, and it has a hat pin in it. And this pin, you pull it out, and it is 6 inches long and sharp. In fact, this pin secured to the back of the hat could be wielded as a weapon, you feel.
I think I found something.
If anyone would like to take it, it will be 1 plus your damage bonus. It's not a huge weapon by any means, but you're welcome to take it. You find a little more as well. In the bottom of the armoire, you find 2 leather suitcases, hard-sided cases with leather straps that securely close it very tightly. And as you open them up, they're completely empty. It seems like she's the type of woman who takes everything out of the suitcase immediately after getting there and puts it in the drawers. You find her clothes in the drawers, and you have these 2 leather closing suitcases.
Okay, I want the hat pin because I don't really have a weapon. But I also don't know what my damage thing is.
So your damage bonus is a number that will auto-calculate on your fancy sheet, but your damage bonus is probably 0. But if you have, if your strength plus your size is over 125, then it's going to be plus 1d4 to your damage bonus. So if you're big and honking, when you punch somebody, instead of it just being a d3 of damage, it's going to be a d3 plus a d4.
No, I am a delicate lady and not big and honking.
Not big and honking, okay.
But I'm going to take that. And hey, look at these suitcases. I mean, this isn't, we shouldn't balk at these suitcases.
No. I mean, she's very put together.
The other areas are the desk and the bathroom.
I'm gonna transfer my stuff in my bag, all my spoons and my gin, and I'm gonna move them to the suitcases. So now I've got.
You're taking 2 suitcases.
Yeah.
I love it. You've got spoons in one and gin in the other, and you've got 2 nice.
So we'll continue
nice
the rest
leather.
of the adventure. Will you're holding 2 full suitcases?
That's right.
You know what? I'm gonna look at the bathroom.
Okay.
Oh, Hattie, go in there. You'll find plenty of samples there.
Oh, I'm gonna get the shampoos, the little shampoos and
You
little soaps.
you find tiny little shampoos in glass bottles. They're scented like jasmine. And a tiny little bar of soap, not wrapped in paper or anything. It's just out there, but you can tell it's brand new because it's got the Milton seal still in it. And you can roll spot hidden to see what else you see. What's
Right.
JC doing?
You said there's one more nightstand.
There's a desk underneath the window, and you can go over and look at it. It doesn't actually require a spot hidden roll because her papers were left out on the table.
Fantastic. I would love to read said papers.
Well, I would like you to do what you would when you find these. I've shared them with players. I can share them with our viewers as well. There are notes on top of the desk.
Fun!
And then I can zoom in a little if you like. Come on. All right, Trisha, will you read aloud?
Okay. These papers are certainly something. Okay, as I suspected, here the Shopee figurine, which is the red jasper item that Hattie found that we've been holding on to. If accurately translated, the message is both strange and cryptic. To the possessor, pass unseen and without odor or sound by the fetid beast. Now, I did not know about the fetid beast part, but that's probably the great evil I was sensing. But I did know that that would help protect us. So there we go. Moving on. Ibahotep's scarab amulet, which I still have not deciphered myself. Try as I might, I am unable to decipher the runes. Me too. Clearly, they are not Egyptian, and despite my exhaustive research, I am unable to understand the root language. I suspect this could be a cipher etched by Ibahotep's own hand, but what it means has been lost to time. Again, questionable. That amulet, questionable. And Ibahotep's canopic jar tablet. According to the hieroglyphics, it says that any container scaled with honey and blessed with a prayer to Isis will contain Set's beast for all eternity. Fascinating stuff. Okay, so it seems we need honey and a prayer to seal this thing back in.
Okay, that seems like a low level of security for a beast.
We do have the Isis amulet, which could perhaps help in the prayer, in the offering. And Helix, is this one of those hotels that gives little honey packets with tea or anything?
Yep.
Yeah, perfect.
Roll for luck, please, Felix. Hattie, did you roll for a spot hidden for the bathroom?
I did, and I got
succeeded.
Yes, hard success.
It's like a
10.
normal success. Oh, it weirdly
I'm so
said
lucky.
Oh,
it updated as you said that. Okay. Extreme success on the honey. Yes, you find an entire like bear-shaped glass jar of honey next to a teapot. It doesn't look like the hotel provided it. There's a little packet from the hotel. There's also one that belonged to Caitlin Bronson because you rolled a 2 on 30. And then Hattie in the bathroom. You find inside the red leathery toiletry case a foldable straight razor. As you pull it open, you can wield it. You feel a nice grip as you hold on to the other end of it. And if you'd like to add it to your inventory, it will be a D4 and your damage bonus, which is probably 0. So D4 for the straight razor. Okay. You also find a pint of rubbing alcohol in the cabinet under the sink.
Okay. I'll take that.
And just from your success, you have a general knowledge that rubbing alcohol is pretty flammable.
Question. Did we happen to see if the canopic jar in the room where everything happened, if it was broken?
Room where it happened. You did not take the time to look around, so I'm going to need a luck roll to see if you checked.
Woo!
Mm,
Dang.
I
You
didn't.
have no idea. Your sanity was being racked. Well, JC, you are particularly firm in this, but you're as you looked at the desiccated corpse, you kind of didn't even think to look and see whether the canopic jar was just the lid was removed or whether it was shattered.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna take the honey, and if we ever need it, I've got some spoons that we can use to seal it. And then I think it's up to you, JC, to figure out which prayer you're supposed to say to lock the fetid beast away.
As you say the word fetid beast, could everyone please roll for listen?
Ooh.
Okay.
Where is that?
They're all alphabetical. I think it's the middle column.
Good job, Amy.
Oh, I
no.
won. Oh, I did. I succeeded.
I'm very enthralled with this rubbing alcohol.
Hattie's a little further away off in the separate bathroom area. Oh, Trisha, you are okay. And JC is still just entranced by these documents she's found and is trying to get everyone's attention. Helix, you hear slurping sound coming from towards the doorway. You know that the vents are just outside the hotel, or just inside the hotel door, and you hear a and Helix, as you look over, you see a gelatinous mass oozing down, and it's grows just slightly to about 2 feet off the ground, and you see this lump of gelatinous ooze in front of the doorway just reach up, and a neck comes out of the ooze, and out of the neck comes an eyeball.
What the?
At the tip of the neck. No head, just an eyeball. And it looks at you.
Okay. JC Hattie, there's a thing at the door.
A person?
No, it's more like the thing you drew, I think. It's like the thing you drew in the room.
Oh,
I'm gonna turn around and say, "Oh, someone at the door."
As you fix your hair, the thing strikes at Helix. The mouth morphs just below on this like oozing neck that just appeared. A mouth appears,
Oh my
and
God.
it's gonna lunge at Helix and try to bite her, but not before everyone has to roll for sanity.
Oh shoot.
Who still has the red Jasper?
I do. I'm also not in the room. I'm still in the bathroom.
Not good. Not good.
Okay. So Amy has failed her sanity roll, or Helix rather. JC. Extreme success from Hattie. That's on point as you hold the red Jasper figurine. Helix, can you please? I'm sorry. Actually, you're going to need to roll. I'm going to roll to see how much sanity you lose. I think this is going to be a D6, actually. Hold on. 4 sanity. Lucky you, because 5 is the threshold at which you become temporarily insane. Please describe to me the not logical action that you take as this thing looks at you. And then Hattie's okay because you have an extreme success, but JC, please take just 1 sanity damage because you were fixing for maybe handsome Signore Diodato to be at the door and not a ooze monster.
So illogically, I think that this ooze thing is giving me a hug, and I reach out to also give it a hug.
Okay. It's definitely giving you a hug. And it slides up your open arms, two new appendages slide out from where the neck, on either side of where the long, like giraffe thin neck thing was. Two arms reach out from the ooze, and you notice eyeballs just in like the bulk of the ooze body. It's not floating like the weird thing you saw before. It actually is corporeal and like jelly-like, but more fleshy and full of eyeballs. And the arms reach out and touch Helix's and then start to travel up Helix's arms. And we are going to move into combat. And technically, Helix, you have the highest dexterity level, so you get to act first. Your moment of insanity has passed as you lost those 4 sanity, and you may fight against it at this point.
Okay, so physically, I
You're
guess
arm in arm.
yeah, physically we're there. I'm gonna try. Can I try to like contain it? Like how big is it?
It's 2 feet square, 3 gallons worth of ooze.
Okay,
but
then
it seems to be able to manipulate itself into other body parts that come and go.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna try to close a suitcase on the bulk of it.
Okay. I'm going to want a dexterity roll. And because your sanity was bad and it's already on you, I'm going to want a hard success for you to rip away from it and then take your brand new suitcase and stash it in there.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. So I only got a 31 versus 30, and I did roll it on the hard.
You did? Okay, perfect. I was like, I will let you spin the one for.
No, my dexterity is actually 60, so now it's 30, but I only got a 31, so I'm going to spend a luck point to bring that down.
That was perfect. Absolutely. Well done.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm holding on to the 2 suitcases, which I dropped to give this guy a hug. And then as he's hugging me and I snap out of it, I'm like, not today, ooze monster. And I snap open, I dump out the stuff that was already in the suitcase, and I somehow swing it around and close it tight, which I'm really good at doing because I'm a maid. So I'm like dexterous with suitcases. And I think the bulk of it does get trapped into it. And I'm going to tell my friends,
I'm going to give it one chance to dodge.
Oh, I dodge? No, he dodges.
61 on 20. No way. You have closed it in here, but it's still fighting.
Okay.
All right. Next in dexterity order, JC and Hattie, you both have 50. So JC, let's have you act first because Hattie's in the bathroom.
Okay. I am. Do I know where the honey is? Is it on Helix's body?
We never actually established who. Actually, it was Helix's extreme. I think you rolled a 2. So Helix, you can decide whether or not you had picked up the honey or it's still sitting on. Probably would be the desk. Has a tea area.
Oh yeah, I think you can get the honey.
Did you pick it up or is it still sitting on the desk?
I might have picked it up.
Yeah.
But it might have been in the suitcase that I had to dump out to trap the flesh monster.
So
roll for luck.
Oh god.
Oh, okay. Or rather, JC can roll for luck before rolling her thing because I think her luck's higher.
Okay, I have 29.
I don't know. That is a failure on the luck.
Okay. So the honey was in the other suitcase. It's sitting in the suitcase at Helix's feet, not the one that she dumped out that had spoons in it.
Okay. I'm going to frantically get into the other suitcase to get the honey.
Okay, dexterity.
Success.
You got the honey, but you need a moment. Hattie.
You need
so I'm gonna come out of the bathroom because I hear all this commotion. I haven't seen what's going on.
Did you keep the razor blade?
Yeah, so I have the razor blade and alcohol, and I'll be like, ladies, I have 2 things that could help. What's happening?
I know. The monster came in and I gave it a hug, but now it's in the suitcase. Most of it, some of it's still attacking me, though.
Okay, I have questions for later, but okay, are there matches?
No, honey.
Okay, so I'll try and search for the honey.
Oh, I got it.
You got it?
Like,
okay.
She now has it. Yeah, she took her turn to find it.
So I'll grab it and take it over to Helix.
Okay. You can act with the honey now
Yeah.
that JC took a moment to find the honey.
Seal it up and sell it. Say a prayer.
I'm coming. And then I will just try and basically cake frosting the honey around the crease of the suitcase, like the piping on a cake.
Yeah, absolutely. It's already in there. I think
Okay.
that you can. I don't see how this is a roll. I
Okay.
think you just
Okay.
you put the honey on the suitcase, and as the three of you, Helix said you set the suitcase down, and the three of you take a little step back and see it wriggle a bit, and the honey holds.
This whole time, I'm holding on to the Isis figure and whispering under my breath.
Do we have to say a prayer?
Yeah, say a prayer. JC, say something real.
Yeah. Good.
Good.
Say a good one.
Isis, protect us from this fetid beast. When we called it, we did not call it by name. It came here unrequested. And to this beast, we've said, not today.
Amen. Seal it with
Amen.
a power roll, JC.
Woo!
Okay, let's see. Nope.
Oh no.
I'm going to roll again.
You're gonna push.
Push.
I'm going to push.
Roll.
Okay.
Push that roll.
Success!
Yeah.
Lucky for you, you succeeded on the push roll because as you whisper those last words of "it was not invited here," you feel the energy dissipate. All of you feel this. You feel, and you see a sort of dust just out of the bottom seams of the suitcase. The top is sealed tight with honey, and nothing's getting through that. And the rocking and pulling inside the suitcase stops.
Whew. Narrowly avoided catastrophe. Well done, ladies.
Great work yourself.
Really good teamwork.
So we don't really need a canopic jar, it doesn't seem like, just a vessel of any kind, and honey and a prayer.
I mean,
You
for
guys
that,
are really good at Call of Cthulhu.
Well,
Really good at it.
Should we attend the wedding?
yeah, I think I'm good for a poker game. I feel like
Well,
Okay. Do you
maybe we
want to
should
go to a poker game
get
or a
our
wedding?
photos.
we could get our photos
yeah,
developed.
let's have photos.
We should check
I
in.
got poor woman.
I feel bad for the woman, and also, I mean, I know we didn't necessarily laugh at his joke, but the gentleman was
Oh, it
nice.
was- yeah, his name was Reese. I think his name was Reese.
Yeah. His last name?
Mm-hmm. Coleman.
Yeah, Coleman.
Mhm.
Coleman?
Reese?
Coleman Reese. All right.
Maybe he could be our date, to the wedding.
Okay, so you want to leave the
He
room?
must have a type.
Bad women.
BDSM. Black Bob
Society of Ma'ams.
Ma'ams. There it is.
Right.
Okay.
To the photos.
So, Helix, you've got one suitcase now.
Oh, yes, I
do
have it
you-
all
do
written
you-
down.
Do you leave the trapped entity of Ooze in the suitcase with honey sealing it? Do you take that or do you leave it in Caitlin Bronson's hotel room? Helix, you're probably going to see it again if you leave it because you'll know whatever maid staff finds it.
Yeah, I guess I could. I guess I don't really know how to dispose of it, but it is already
This is your specialty.
dead. Oh, I do know how to dispose of things. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna take this to the dumpster.
Ladies, on my day off, we're going to the dumpster.
We're going to the dumpster. No,
I
we're
like
not-
it.
You're like,
every day.
okay, we're gonna take this to the dumpster.
And Hattie, you found some new items. JC, you found Caitlin Bronson's research. Okay. And Helix, are you keeping the other suitcase full of your personal spoons and
Absolutely.
belongings?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, great. As you open the door and step out into the hallway of the 8th floor of this hotel, please roll for spot hidden or listen. Up to you.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
45 or a 35. Okay.
Hattie, you're the
Dang it.
first to alert your companions that something isn't right. There's an odd smell in the hallway of the hotel. First you smell it behind you, and then it feels like it's up ahead of you as you're trying to walk to the stairwell, and you see from around either corner of this L-shaped hotel, you see coming towards you from either side two rolling masses in front of and behind you, and they have a sort of reach out, mouths open up inside of their gelatinous ooze, and I'll give master life, and come rolling as fast as they can, both in front and behind you. I'm going to say if you're stepping out the door to the hotel room, there's one to your right and there's one to your left. And first to act is actually it's going to be Hattie, because you were not surprised by this attack.
So basically, I stepped out of this door, saw these things on either side of me.
You've seen them before. They look just like the other one.
Okay, but they're on either side of me if I step out.
I'm going to say they're 20 feet away, about equidistant.
So I'm going to step out, see this, step back into the hotel room, slam the door,
Oh, shoot.
close,
Okay.
turn around and say, ladies, quick change of plans. We have visitors. And I know that's confusing because we're at a hotel. I don't mean the visitors that like come to be here.
It's okay.
We have
Hostile visitors.
Hostile visitors. We have visitors that we're gonna need more honey.
Oh no! The oozy kind. We need more. That means we need more containers too.
Okay. What else? I found a straight razor and rubbing alcohol.
And I got a hat pin.
Is there salt on the tea table? Is salt something that's there?
Roll for luck.
Oh wow.
Nope.
No salt.
Okay.
Matches? Are there matches?
I feel like one of you might have had matches with you. Roll for luck.
Oh, I was smoking a cigarette. That was just a role play choice in the moment. But
Okay, I'll accept your role play choice that you definitely have matches.
yeah.
Yeah, Felix can give you a match.
There you go.
Helix, I know this is a long shot, but is there any other way out of this room?
Oh, I don't know, Becca. Maybe the window. Then the fire escape. Every room has access to a fire escape.
You can see the fire escape outside the window. Hattie, do you want to roll for spot hidden if there's another entrance or exit?
Yes. I'll roll that. Okay. Success.
You see the vent that the original ooze monster had come in through.
Okay, ladies, here's our options. We have that vent, or that fire escape, or the door. Pitch. What if we lit it on fire?
What if? Yes, I like this idea. Gin, matches, light them on
Rubbing
fire.
alcohol, which is just straight alcohol.
Great, good, love it. Also, I wonder if, and I'm gonna grab a drawer out of like one of the pieces of furniture in the room and pull the drawer out. I wonder if we could contain it in one of these. Do we have enough honey?
Oh yeah, we have like a big old.
How much of the bear is left? On the bear, where are we at?
Becca, what do you think?
It's mostly full. I mean, to just kind of cake icing a suitcase shut, you took just a centimeter out of that bear.
We're honey rich.
Right? So we have one more suitcase. There's 2 visitors.
I just want to tell you, if you're trying to like take an open drawer and then like somehow make like a glass pane of honey, I'm gonna need like either a hard or extreme success. I'm thinking.
So what I'm thinking is open drawer on top of it, so the floor becomes the last wall, and then we honey the hell out of the edges.
Yes, and then you just have to like make it a museum. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. I'd like to give it a fight. We succeeded with one. Why couldn't we do it again?
Let's do it. And then we have fire as a backup.
As
We got
you
fire
talk
Like
and
your
think,
spirit.
the door to these old hotels are not sealed with rubber like they are in the modern era. And little tiny, like 100 little eyeballs start to all
God.
ooze underneath the bottom of the door at once. Like they're looking around. Some of them that get through come out on giant stalks and start to stretch themselves into the room.
All right, ladies, honey up.
I'm gonna prep the suitcase.
I'm prepping the drawer.
And
Okay.
I have honey.
Do you open the door or do you wait for the thing to come in?
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, let's just open it all at once.
All right. I'm going to open the door and come back. And then we
Okay.
got to lower it into the different vessels.
Yep.
I
Ready?
love you both so much.
I love you too.
I love you too. Okay.
Aww.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Both
I'm
things
gonna-
are stacked on top of each other. Like you can tell there's a slight separation in the goo, and they look surprised. All the eyeballs inside them open wide at once.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the first one with the suitcase and snap it on top of him.
Okay, the one on top. Give me a snap in a suitcase. Give me a fighting brawl, actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, not good.
You try, but this one's a little bit bigger and it doesn't slide into the suitcase as
Yeah.
easily. You get like just a couple eyeballs worth into
Should
the
I push
opening of your
it?
suitcase.
Should I push it? Yeah, I'm gonna push it.
Describe. Oh, sorry. No pushing during combat because you will have a new
Oh,
round
okay.
of combat.
Okay.
JC.
So are they still stacked one on top of the other?
They are, and the suitcase is partially trying to squeeze one in.
Okay. So I am going to take the drawer by the handle, by the knob, turned upside down, so the open part is facing down. And
Was this the dresser or was this the nightstand? Like just trying to gauge
dresser.
size. Okay.
Dresser
So it's
drawer,
like a
fairly large.
yeah, almost 3 feet wide kind of drawer.
Right.
Okay.
I'm going to take it and I'm going to use my body weight to swing it into the top goo so that hopefully I can bring it down on top of the bottom goo. Like knock the top goo off to land and trap the
So
bottom
it's a
goo.
two-part move. It's sideways and then down.
Yeah, so I'm swinging it and
Okay, you're smashing down. Let's let you try just your strength. Let's just say it's a smash straight down, so it can be a simple strength.
okay.
Do it. Do
And
it.
so I'm having you smash both of them down. Oh no, you had a
Yeah, that's a
35 in
no-go.
strength.
Yeah, I'm very squishy. My powers are all up here.
Mental
that.
strength. Mental
And I
strength.
feel bad because I rolled your character, so that's on
Oh
me.
my gosh.
Okay,
We're not doing great.
Hattie,
Okay, so I've seen both
you were
of these
too
with them.
excited, so
Yeah.
you know
Okay, so how close are we to the bed?
it's right behind you.
Okay, so I'm going to, while keeping my eyes on their eyes, put my hand behind me, pull the sheet off of the bed, and just kind of throw it over the eyes.
Okay. That is, I don't think it's like a strength or fighting. I feel like this is a sleight of hand or dexterity. You
Okay.
decide.
I'll do dexterity.
It's probably higher.
Oh no. Where's my sheet? Ah. Come back, Hattie. Come back, Hattie. Okay, here we go.
Failure! Oh my gosh, I
no.
feel terrible that y'all were rolling so well, and then I just got mean with the monsters, and then it's just failures. Yeah, you you pull the sheet out, you do, and then you flop the sheet on top of them, and then they just like rip through it and tear it apart immediately because the limbs that they choose to grow come with claws and teeth and just shred it. It's like the two claws emerge out of the top beast and just pierce through the fabric and rip.
Oh yeah.
And now they get to act.
Oh my gosh.
So the beast on top, this fetid creature, this abominable thing, is going to reach for let's see. I think that Hattie was kind of behind because you could get the sheet through with the woman smashing down a drawer and the woman still with hands on suitcase. So I think that the bottom one is going for Helix and the top one's going for JC. So the bottom one
Ooh.
is going to just punch Helix in the legs. And the top one
Rude.
tried to slither up in the way that the one on Helix tried to slither up earlier and reach as she reached her arms. And JC, you pull away too quickly and it is unable to come for you both. Now,
What about me?
new round.
Did it?
They both
Did it-
failed.
Oh, we
Lucky
both.
you.
So what does that mean, though? Do we
New
do
round of
hit points?
combat. Yeah, no, they both failed on their fighting
Oh,
rolls.
they both failed. I thought you said you both failed. Okay. Yes.
All three of you
awesome.
failed, and then the two monsters failed.
We
So
all
now
failed,
it is
honestly.
Helix's turn to act.
Even playing
It's a
field.
wash.
Okay. I want to double down. I want to double down on this because it just feels. Guys, how many more of these do you think there are?
Who's to say? I think we can only take it one blob at a time.
Okay, one blob at a time. It's good. All right. I want to try one more time with my suitcase. I
Okay.
really like that. So we're
Okay.
doing fighting again or brawl?
We support you.
I think this is a fighting brawl. I was being generous with more other stats, but technically most of these should be fighting brawl.
God damn it. But I can luck this. I can luck this away. 9 points. I'm doing it.
11 points.
That's 11
36
points.
on a 25.
11 points. Oh shit.
Oh
but you said
god.
only
Oh god.
10. Okay, dang
I'm
it.
really torn because the house rule is 10 and also the book doesn't say anything particular. What is your luck?
It's 29.
Okay, I'm going to say you can spend 11, but now I'm going to try and make you roll for luck later.
Okay, fine.
lot.
Yes. Awesome. 11, so that's 18.
We need consequences.
Yes. Okay. I will do it. I did it, in fact. So
So the top one, describe to me the way in which you squeeze its oozing
Yeah.
mass into this suitcase.
So I like in the moment that Hattie opened the door, I had just forgotten what they looked like. So it scared me too. So the first time when I tried to close the suitcase on it, it actually didn't work because they went, "Ugh," and I also went, "Ugh." And then, but the second, and then they were like floundering and we were all just floundering little monsters. And now though, I've gotten my bearings. It was like the first hug, I gave it a hug and then I realized what it actually was. That's what's happening again. So this time I'm actually going to really cool. It's like fighting, but I swing that one part, it's open. The suitcase is open, but I swing one part like this forward and then pull it back and it closes itself.
Wow.
Ooh. Using its own momentum against it as it reaches for you and
You
it
don't
seems
even
to really
know!
seek out life, reaches for you, and it fails in its dodge roll to dodge your suitcase, and you do trap the top monster into your second suitcase,
And
Helix.
I toss it behind me into the air, and while it's in the air, I go, honey me.
Okay, so now it is JC's turn.
Okay, is the first beast honeyed yet?
It is unhoneyed.
It is unhoneyed.
But it is suitcased.
It is suitcase
The
dead.
top one that was going for JC earlier is in a suitcase now. The bottom one that was going for Helix earlier is unsuitcased, and the suitcase is unhoneyed, and it is tossed in the air and slow motion coming back into the hotel room.
It's all perfectly clear.
Okay. I am going to try a different technique since my strength is so poor. I am going to take the ISIS. What's it called? Tire?
Tie
Tie
it.
Yes,
See
I'm going
what
to take the ISIS tie it, and hold it out with both hands at the beast that is not contained, and say, "You have not been invited here. You are not welcome, and you are out of your league. Be gone if you want to possess another day."
A roll for power.
Wow.
That's no. That's
Nothing happens. Yeah, no, nothing budges. It's just an oozy
Damn it.
mass, and it's continuing to reach for Helix. Hattie.
Okay, well, as the keeper of the honey, I have an obligation to honey that suitcase.
Okay, roll for honey.
Oh, is that a stat?
I don't know. Hard decks.
Oh my god. What is happening?
Getting
Hard
honey.
success on decks. 23 on 50. You honey that suitcase.
It's like the honey is actually decorative at this point.
Yeah,
Yes.
describe to me the flourishes you do.
I do like the little loops, like also like around the cake. There's like the little like when they do the piping with the little like flowery kind of things. Yeah, so I've like honeyed little like divots around it.
Oh, gorgeous honey work.
Yeah.
Now the gelatinous ooze on the bottom that was reaching for Helix's ankles to punch them with a manifested ooze fist gets to act. And instead of punching, it's trying to snake its way up Helix's body as she was distracted by trapping the other one. It's just sort of like rushing up her front, up her knees, up her torso, going towards her head. I forgot to mention that someone very kind from Paladin Roleplaying sent me a new set of dice.
Ooh,
And
those are
these
pretty.
dice are beautiful. I've been rolling with them for my, monster dice rolls all night, but they're a little cursed right now. So I'm going to set them aside because it does not get very far up. It's only up to your knees at this point, Helix, but you can feel it creeping further upward.
But in 1928, that was pretty far up. You're like,
Yeah. Okay, now the one inside the suitcase, a successful prayer has not been said and it is still struggling.
JC.
The suitcase
yes.
bursts back open, and Hattie, you had been holding it as you honeyed it because the prayer.
I'm decorating the suitcase.
You're taking a little too much time in the beautiful decoration, and it reaches up, and it has like a tiny, like a shrunken head on a long stalk comes out, but there are no eyes and no mouth and no nose, just kind of like the intonations of one, the indentions of them, and it's just a head, and it's just exploring, and then a mouth starts to grow, and it opens, and the nose holes open, and it sniffs, and Hattie, by you, it feels nothing. And it turns towards JC, who just tried to say a spell onto this suitcase. And JC, you may either fight back or roll for dodge as this newly formed mouth lunges at you.
Okay. Let me just see here. What would fighting back be?
Your fighting brawl skill. Should be second column.
I have a feeling both of these are going to be very poor.
And I should tell you you rolled for, that was Katie.
Yeah, I didn't roll anything yet.
So
What were you gonna say?
if you dodge and it's a tie in level of success, then the tie goes to the dodger. If you fight back, then the tie goes to the attacker.
Okay, well then I should most definitely dodge. But it's not looking good, ladies.
Your default dodge is half of your dexterity unless it's a point by at the beginning.
Nope.
Dang
You
it.
take 2 damage as this thing bites into your thigh. And I just realized, I don't know what JC's dressed in. Is she in a dress?
JC is in a dress, but not like a very fancy sequenced dress. It's a much more kind of casual, low-key, and somber colored dress, close to what someone might wear to a funeral.
Yeah, that feels right for a premier occultist and death coach.
Afterlife coach.
Yes, afterlife coach. Sorry. Pardon me. The parlance is new. And it bites through your black dress as it bites into your thigh and takes this gaping. You now have a bleeding wound in your thigh with those 2 damage, but I'm sure it's not terribly hard on your hit points. What's your hit points?
10. Now I'm down to 8.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So those were the monsters acting. Now it goes back to Helix.
Okay, Helix. Okay, so the thing I closed on the suitcase, it snapped back open.
The bulk of the mass is still in the suitcase. Just this one stalk little head came out and bit Jason.
I see. So can I try to say a prayer?
Sure.
Okay, I really want to close this thing up.
Quickly, before you do, give me a quick roll for intelligence.
Oh dear. Oh, okay, intelligence. Oh,
and
actually,
then you can roll what you're gonna.
Despite what you might think, I am fairly intelligent. All right. Yeah, I have 55 versus.
You might
70.
want to grab the tie-it necklace from JC's hand before you say the prayer.
I don't know if I want to take that job away from JC though.
You'll still have to roll whatever you were intending to roll. The intelligence roll was just for the idea.
Well, can she grab it back and say another prayer?
You're all in proximity. That
We're all
seems
close enough. Okay.
easy
All right.
enough.
Okay, that's what I want to do. JC, can I?
Yeah, there's one on your knees as well, Helix.
Motherfucker. Okay. All right. Fuck that. I'm not. You're right. I forgot about that. I'm going to. I'm just gonna. God, I'm not good at anything. That's the problem here.
I love that about you. You never know. Ask the dice nice.
I'm good at acting and credit rating. So I'm gonna just try to stab it off my legs.
Okay.
Or yeah.
Do you want to use your hat pin?
Yeah, I use my hat pin, but I don't know what skill that would be.
That gush on your knees.
Is it a?
You can do it.
Is it a brawl? It's a brawl. Ugh,
It's all a brawl.
I'm just not really good at this. You know what?
Ask the dice real nice.
I think. So, is it attached to my legs?
It is. I mean, it's holding on to your body. If you want to try and wriggle out as your move, you could try. I'll let it be a dexterity roll.
Well, hold on, JC. You've got the drawer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what is there something we could do together where, like, maybe I use the side of the door to carve it off my legs, to like slide it the door that's open. I could like slide it off my legs, and as I do, she like.
Yeah, you can actually choose to just hold your action and say, JC, get this thing off me.
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna
have
hold
JC
my
go
action.
first. Sure. Okay, JC, go ahead. Is that what we'd like to do, or you want to try something else?
I would like to hold the tie it, however you say it, of Isis.
Oh, I don't know.
And say another prayer for the one that's all honeyed in.
The one that's honeyed. Okay, great.
So yeah, I'm gonna hold
power.
it and say, Isis, in your infinite power, please protect us from this beast and seal it where it belongs.
Roll for power.
Okay. That is a no-go.
Shit.
What if I push it? What are the negatives if I push it and fail?
No pushing in combat. I will let you spin lock in combat, but no pushing in combat because everybody gets a turn and it'll come back to your turn in a sec. Okay, now Helix and Hattie decide who goes next.
Okay. I don't trust these things much, and I'm just not good at this stuff. So I'm gonna try to get out the window and close the window on it. Maybe. Can I move can I move and act? I guess it's
it's called a maneuver. You may indeed disengage with combat and perform a maneuver. But you are kind of grappled with this thing holding your knees. So I'm going to make the roll harder.
Shit. Fuck it. I'm just gonna stab it with the hat pen and let's see what happens. All right. Brawl.
91.
Real bad. Real bad.
What would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm gonna it's still just that one stock that's sticking out of that suitcase, right?
It's mostly contained.
Okay,
there is.
I'm gonna take the necklace for a second and just really, third time's a charm, please, Lord in whatever heaven, leave my friends alone.
Roll for power.
Okay, because we are dying.
Success. Yes. As
Patty,
you are standing, it seems to be completely unaware of you, and as you can take one hand and sort of smash it down into the suitcase on this thing's featureless tiny head and slam it back in, slam the suitcase shut, and that honey seals it. The prayer on behalf of your friends locked this thing in. You have two monsters in suitcases inside the hotel room, one still in the open doorway that is about to go for Helix on the monster's turn. And y'all, that's our time. I mean, I feel like
dun, dun,
man.
dun.
I say it's a one shot. It's not a one shot, especially when you have such talented actors. So I posed you the question, would you like to play for 30 more minutes or would you like to come back another night?
I'm fine either way.
I'm good either way. Yeah.
I'm also okay either option.
Okay, well, my preference is always to have a mob of beautiful short-haired bob ladies return to me, and so I can torture you some more and deal more horrific damage, even though you seem to escape most of it.
Did we do it right? Are we doing a good job, ish?
Amy, I know that as actors, we all seek validation, and let me just tell you, you're doing it right. Honestly, you've figured out a lot of good stuff. Okay, friends. Well, you saw it.
That
They
all
said
of us wanted to know.
I put them right on the spot, and I made them commit to coming back another night, so they don't have a choice. And so we'll figure out when that will be. The date is to be determined, but it, as Nightcat said, it's never a one shot on the Calyx. I should really stop trying for one shots. That's always never the case. Never ever the case. Honestly, it's because all my beautiful, wonderful guests always create such wonderful, full-fledged characters that had such deep relationships with one another that that is like a thing that I always want to watch play out. And then you're never going to get to all the story in that time. So we will come back with more. And before we do, let's take a moment for everyone to shout out things you're working on, things you want people to know about, or where to find you on the socials. And let's go in reverse order from earlier, starting with Amy Warpaw.
Hello, everybody. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and just recently I posted my very first TikTok at Vorpal Sword. And yeah, earlier Becca announced it. I wrote an adventure for an official D&D hardback book called Candlekeep Mysteries. You can look for mine. It's called Candlekeep Deconstruction, and there's some articles written about it already. I'm very excited to be a member of it. And then the book, you can pre-order it now, and the book actually comes out on March 16th. So yeah.
So freaking excited for you, Amy. I'm like so proud to have a friend in a published D&D scenario. I mean, I guess, you know, we know Matt Mercer, but who's the god of D&D, I guess. Right? Is that how that works?
He is.
It is very, very cool. And I'm so excited and proud. And I can't wait to read it.
Thank you.
Okay. Trisha, tell us things.
Hi, everybody. I'm Trisha Hirschberger. I do a lot of tech and gaming stuff online, but the biggest thing I've been working on lately is my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Trisha Hirschberger. And my community is called the Dragon Riders, and I stream 4 to 5 days a week, a variety of different games. Not as much tabletop RPGs as I probably should. Becca's now inspiring me. But yeah, lots of different games on lots of different systems and talk about PC building and all that fun stuff. So come on over and join us, why don't you? It'll be fun.
Yay! I always love watching your streams. I'm always lurking, by the way. Too much information. But you stream such wonderful things, Trisha, and you're such a wonderful presence on Twitch. And love to the Dragon Riders. Katie Michaels. Also, hold on, quick shout out as far as gods of D&D go. So is Jeff Kanata. Just throwing that out there.
Yay, Jeff!
Obviously, the DM of Katie's show, The Dungeon Run, which is hiatus. Yeah. Katie.
Hi, I am Katie. I forget how you introduced me, Becca, but I wish I remember. I'm going to go back and watch the VOD so I can.
Don't do that.
Like part of the cast known as The Dungeon Run. Yes, I do the Dungeon Run. We are on hiatus right now. We hope to be back real soon, so keep an eye out for that. And then all the socials and Twitch, I am the Katie Michaels, and that is how you can find me.
I did not mean to remove you from the stream. I'm so sorry. I tried to take you out of full screen, and now I've reordered our windows, which some people find extremely disorienting. Don't worry about it. I
really like it. It's really wild.
Yeah.
Also, Trisha, everything you do, I feel like you're like an old timey commercial right now, and you're black and white.
I know.
Buy the computer monitor.
It was a last minute decision to go with the black and white filter.
I love it.
And I'm
It's
happy
so
with the
good.
I'm
choice.
happy. I'm very happy about it.
For stream 2, maybe of this, maybe we should do black and white.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Down, except that my hair's pink, but like I'll figure that out.
It'd be really cool to do black and white, but pop the pink.
Black and white with pink hair. Well, we all did the thing, and I guess that's all there is to say, except I want this to go on forever. Thank you so much for being so wonderful, my lovely guests, and we'll find a time when we're all available to finish The Shadow over Providence. Thank you so much for everybody that's watching. Thank you once more to our sponsor, Chaosium. And please use offer code the Calyx if you want to get 10% off at Chaosium's stuff. Well, friends, till next time, au revoir.
Au revoir. Thank you, Becca. You're the best.
Bye. Oh, goodness me.